So this is going to be quite the interesting race. We've got Oddme versus the 602 Legend versus Shadow64, a very up-and-coming runner. And I believe they are right next to each other on the leaderboards. I'm going to go ahead and check that just to verify. Yes, so Oddme has a 306.17, and Shadow has, I think he recently just got a 305.
Yeah, he recently got a 305.41.
Mm-hmm. So still only a 30-second difference, and they're still right next to each other on the leaderboard. I know Shadow has been quite worried about this race in particular, so I'm very, very excited to see how this exactly plays out.
Same.
Now, one thing that makes Galaxy 2 races so much more relaxing than racing something like SM64, at least from speaking from personal experience for me, is the downtime is sort of a double-edged sword. It does make the run, it does prolong the run in a sense, but at the same time, it's also a very much needed breather, especially between levels. So this opening part of the game, it's just sort of an interactive cutscene in a sense. It's a pretty healthy way of starting out the run, especially for this kind of setting. I don't know what you would say about that.
I would kind of agree to this. Like, it's a bit of a warm-up before the actual game.
Yeah, because with Galaxy 1, you have to worry about the gateway bunnies and all of that, and as a result, you reset a lot more often there because you'll miss a bunny shot, and also just gateway in general is full of so many difficult tricks. Whereas in Prologue, you have about 2.5 minutes of mostly leeway before you get to Sky Station 1. And Sky Station 1 in and of itself is pretty technical, but I'd still say it's easier to get runs out of the first split in this game than it is Galaxy 1, though obviously I don't run Galaxy 1 very often, so I could be wrong.
No, you're kind of right. Galaxy 2's Sky Station 1 is way less reset heavy than Gateway in terms of, like, resets.
Okay, and both of them were on JP, so I had no way of knowing if either of them got the tech skip, but I don't think either of them did. I know it's 5 text boxes on JP, so it looks like both of them got 5. I don't imagine either of them went for it, and there really isn't any way to go for it aside from just mashing. Okay, so I believe Shadow does the advanced movement here. I don't know if he's actually going to go for it in the race itself, but that's sort of an automatic advantage against Oddme. All right, it looks like both of them were able to prevent the Luma from spinning.
Shadow's like the tiniest bit ahead.
Yeah, that was a very, very clean first planet. Oh yeah, Shadow is definitely going for the new movement. Making that one long jump, that second long jump is a lot tighter than it may appear. And Shadow's definitely going for a Luma bounce. It looks like Oddme's setting up for it.
Alright,
Oddme's sort of far to the left. Okay, both of them got it. Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah, those are very clean Luma bounces right there. Wow, Shadow is just nailing this fast movement.
Very nice Sky Station 1 so far.
Yeah, and that was about as good as you could have asked for. I'm pretty sure.
I think.
This is definitely looking like a low 3.5x Pee-wee cutscene activation. I think my best is like a 356. So 353. That's really good.
Wait, your gold is a 4. I think it's a 430 something.
My gold is a 440. I know Shadow, I think, has a 432, which is just nuts. JPVC has really, really opened the door up for lots of optimization, but it mostly affects early game from what I've noticed.
Yeah, it doesn't really affect the rest of the game. It only saves like 30 seconds throughout the course of the game. Well, at least in any percent. It should be more in 120 and 242, but I don't exactly know the other ones. 438.
Yeah, 438 Sky Station 1. That's pretty nutty. That's 2 seconds better than my gold. On me, though, getting a 443. So those are both still pretty respectable Sky Station 1 times considering the respective strats they went for. And that's going to be the playstyle of these two players definitely deters in that. Oddme, I would definitely. It's sort of that classic case of strats versus consistency. Oddme, I believe, is the more consistent runner of the two here, but Shadow tends to go a lot more full out with his strats, and so it's going to be one of those cases where it's going to be really interesting to see who comes out on top here.
Yeah, Omni tends to be really consistent in his runs.
Mm-hmm. The multi Mario god, so he definitely has a lot of experience, but not necessarily with any percent. So that's another thing that could be a factor. Is that Oddme's not necessarily an any percent runner; he's a 242 runner. So that skill does kind of translate into any percent, but not very much.
It's kind of the opposite if you want to go into longer categories. Like if you're really good at any percent, then it'll transfer to 120 or 242 or greens. At least that's what I think. I'm not sure
Mm-hmm.
though.
Yeah, although if you decide to learn a lot of the good strats for a 242 right away, that can also be very nice and helpful.
Yeah.
It really just comes down to what the player decides to do for how they learn the category.
Yeah,
Right.
the strats aren't really required to do right away. Like they can be done whenever you want to implement them, really.
I just saw the messages in chat that were telling me to remind them to check bank. I trust both of these players to make sure they refill their bank totes before their races. I know Admi probably has enough experience to make sure he remembers to do that every time.
I think Shadow also refilled his bank.
Yeah, Shadow said in chat he had 47, which is an epic number.
Very nice.
Yeah. Sky Station 2 is a level that can have a lot of variance. It really just comes down to tiny things.
Yeah, especially that second planet and the cycles, I think.
Yeah, this first planet actually can have a lot of deviance depending on whether you get that chomp cycle or not, and also what movement you choose to do right there. Like, that was pretty good movement from Shadow. Let's see how Oddme's compares. Yeah, Oddme's choosing to just kind of walk around. It's really hard to figure out a super optimal way of getting through that section due to the curvature of that slope there. Shadow has some pretty good movement so far. He should be able to make the cycle. That one-up doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Because it pauses the cycles. Ooh, very nice.
Nice
Perfect
frame
ground
perfect
pound,
ground
too.
pound. That was very. I think that was just for show. I don't actually know if that saves much time. Oddme also doing a ground pound.
It
Oddme having a bit of slower cycles there.
I have a feeling it saves a little bit of time, I think,
It
but I'm not
probably
too sure.
saves a little bit, but at the same time, that was more. That was definitely a way to show off, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
I'm very curious to see what they choose to go for on this last planet because whether or not you choose to do a spin for this upcoming long jump. Okay,
Okay,
Shadow going
what's
for
the
a spin
step?
here. So I believe Shadow's probably going to go for the bounce off the plant here. Yeah, I imagine Oddme's going to do the same thing. Yeah, Oddme's also going for a spin. If you don't do a spin there, you're much better off doing a momentum conserving triple jump to get onto that platform because you're going to beat the bonsai bill over to that platform. 839 Sky Station 2 from Shadow. That is
839, low 840, I think.
Yeah, it
And
was around. It
on
was like a
me,
high 839. That's pretty nutty for a
on
race,
me a little bit behind with an 849.
or an 850 rather. And that again, that's what I was talking about. That mostly just comes from Admi didn't have too many noticeable mistakes. His movement was just overall slower in a few places, and also Shadow actually grabbed the one up, and Admi didn't. It doesn't really matter because Admi's probably going to grab a one up later in the run, anyways. So at that point, they would match back up. Okay, I saw Oddme practicing Yoshi Star 1 Flutter earlier in the practice stream. I'm not sure if he's going to go for it. He doesn't really like that strat. Shadow definitely will.
Okay. I think he told me that he's gotten a bit more consistent with the strat. Well, Shadow did at least. So let's see how it goes here.
Yeah. Shadow opting. Oh, That's one way of doing that section. A lot of players will either go full on to the right, like Admi's doing right here, or will sort of strafe to the left like I usually do. So that was actually an interesting approach from Shadow, taking it down the middle first. Okay. So this can make a pretty big difference right out of the gate here. So that's an interesting angle from Shadow. Right, so Shadow's definitely going to go for this here. Oh.
Come on.
At this point, it's probably not worth trying, but Shadow could still back this up. That does not look like a good... Actually, no, wait, this looks fine. Okay, Admi's not going for it. I don't blame him.
Ooh,
No, that was a little too far away. I was paying attention to Admi's stream, so I couldn't quite tell what he did wrong, but that angle just in general looked so sketchy. Your angle needs to be like almost perfectly aligned. So this is going to put Admi in a pretty big lead right here.
I don't know if Shadow's going to go for it again.
I imagine he will. It's kind of one of those strats that has sort of a mental block behind it, where you kind of just have to keep trying it. Oh yeah, he's setting up for it again. There we go. This looks much better. He's not having very long flutters. Okay, there we go. That's
nice.
good.
Second try.
That was a much better angle. And that's probably just because when you fail that flutter the first time and you try to get back onto that little hill there, it can be very, very tricky to get the proper camera alignment, because that is what really makes the setup work. Like, when you do that flutter from the Yoshi egg straight to that Comet Medal the way that these runners did, you usually can get a pretty decent camera alignment for the flutter, but if you miss it, then you just kind of have to wing it. You can use that trick where you center the camera, which is what Shadow was trying to do, but it cannot be very effective sometimes.
Shadow, like, around 14 seconds behind?
Yeah, roughly, it looks like. Which is actually kind of shocking, because that flutter loses, like, upwards of 40 seconds to miss. And Shadow effectively missed it twice because of that one where he just kind of overshot the berry. Overshooting the berry is one of the easiest mistakes to make with that flutter, I feel like. Especially once the camera pans downwards and you're unable to see it. Okay. Lot of run... I'm sorry, go on.
I think Shadow's Sky Station 1 and 2 lead kind of helped him a little bit to stay not that far behind Admi. Like, as you can see, they're only around 15 seconds apart. So, anyway.
Definitely, and it also helped that Admi just flat out didn't go for it. Admi getting a nice little frame-perfect jump. It seemed to mess with his movement there, though. Okay.
On the other hand, this flutter is much easier to get down, and it loses way less if you miss it.
That is actually, that's actually, from what I've heard, it can depend on the player. Ooh, Admi having to take a couple slow flutters. I know a lot of people say have a lot of trouble with this flutter. Admi getting a really... Ooh, Shadow dropping a flutter there. All right, this should be easy to back up. I notice his flutters are very, very small here. That's not usual.
Very nice, he still got it.
Nice. Admi did the nutty strat for the first hit against Giga Laikichi there. Right, he's not going for the checkpoint here. So he must be confident he's not going to pull what I've pulled in the past and get wrecked here. Ooh. Missing the second spiny there. So he's going to have to wait for a spiny here. This could be a chance for Shadow to... This could actually be a chance for Shadow to even up the race here a little bit, because it actually loses quite a bit of time to miss that. Well, I didn't see how his first phase went. Okay, he's going for the slower strat here.
Oh, very nice. Didn't miss it.
He gets the spiny in his mouth, so provided he doesn't miss this shot, this is going to be a pretty big time save over Admi. He's not going to get the full time save that he could have gotten because he missed the flutter, but might close the gap a little bit.
I think that was like 14:26 for Admi.
So about similar. I think the mistakes kind of evened out a little bit. I also didn't. Again, I didn't see how the first phase of Shadows go like Hitsu
You were
went.
shaking when you went to the. Oh,
That's totally
gotcha.
understandable. It's a very nerve-wracking flutter because it's so early on, and one thing that's incredibly important about stuff like races is that your early game is definitely going to bleed. Like early game kind of is very important because if you make like super poor mistakes or have a really big time loss right out of the gate, that is going to play with your mentality for almost the entire rest of the run. And in a game as long as this, that is crucial. Keeping a good mindset is crucial to being able to play well. Okay. Spindig 1, Spindig 1 is another level where there can be a lot of variance, mainly because of Dig a Leg. So what RNG this could be an opportunity for Shadow to gain a lot of time on me, or he could lose even more time.
I don't know. We'll see. Oh, so you'll see that Oddme and Shadow are collecting star bits here. It's because there's a skip. It doesn't really save that much time, but like some players go
It's
for it.
an
It's
easy time.
the
It's an easy time save. You just shoot Captain Toad in the face. Right.
like, but if you miss it,
Neither
it
player
doesn't
is
really.
going.
If you
Neither
is going
player
for
is
it.
going for the advanced combat metal strat, and I can totally understand why.
Wait, what's the comet metal strat here?
Okay, so what you do is you head to that bigger pillar with the spin drill first after you grab it.
Oh, Oddme with a death.
That's a very annoying death. Those enemies are so scary to get by. And this is actually going to even them up. This is interesting. I've had that death happen before. It's kind of one of those deaths where there's really just nothing you can do about it. I actually had that death happen to my SGDQ run, but now they're basically synced up. Now it's really coming down to Dig a Leg. Alright, here's the skip that the mine was referring to. So the
Okay,
strat I was
very
referring
nice.
to is you go to the pillar with the Luma first, then you activate the launch star, use the launch star to get rid of the spin drill, and then you go back down to the common metal platform and do a very precise triple jump and ledge grab back onto the launch star platform. But it's really difficult because you can't wall kick on those structures.
Oh wait. Oh, the pillars.
Yeah, on the pillars. Okay. Uh,
So
and
what you'll see.
Diggaleg's being a bit of a brat here to odd me. Looks
So
like
what you'll see. Oh, okay.
Shadow's pulling ahead here from that good RNG.
Looking pretty nice so far.
That could. Okay, great RNG from Shadow.
Um,
Although he has to make sure he gets the drill here and doesn't die. Being at one HP in
oh,
this fight is
nice.
scarier than it may seem. Alright.
Oh, okay.
Bad angle
Blocked,
there.
blocked a little bit there.
It's always nice because Diggaleg seems to bias towards going the direction you want him to go.
1811
Mm-hmm.
for
Okay,
Shadow.
so yes, that death from definitely was kind of a factor, but overall Shadow definitely had a much better dig a leg. I think he got good RNG on both phases, and I'm yeah 226. Oddmies is probably going to be somewhere in the 2-4x range.
Because the 250.
250. Okay, so lost about maybe 25 seconds to Shadow there. So already a lot of back and forth happening in this early game. Let's see if Shadow goes for the new Jada movement to get from the bottom of the starship to the button. Oh yeah, he is. This movement's relatively new. It saves like less than a second, I'm pretty sure, but it's pretty simple. Has a nice momentum conserving jump there. Admi's going for
Okay.
the older movement.
Then again, it doesn't really save that much, but
Mm-hmm. Oh, I believe there's like maybe 8 instances. I haven't actually counted, but there's a number of times where you're brought down to that location. So if Shadow could execute that movement perfectly every time, which shouldn't be too much of an issue, then that can add up. Okay. Kind of hoping for Shadow to go for Nemi movement here. I imagine he will. Okay. Actually, it doesn't look like he will. Yeah. So if he,
Oh, ooh,
oh,
God.
he was going for it. Actually, I don't actually couldn't tell if he was going to go for the spin or not.
Looks
So
like Onmi's back
okay.
ahead
Oh
now.
yeah. Oddme is definitely going to go for the safer movement there. So there's a strat for that question block where you basically let's see if okay, yeah, Shadow's trying it
Oh,
again
very
here.
nice save. I think that was a
Yeah,
save.
you bonking on that question block is so weird because like you every time you bonk there, normally when you bonk, you'd think there you would just fall to your oblivion, but every single time you bonk there, you just land on the question block, and I don't understand it, but
Yeah,
it's
it
nice that
is
it
kind of weird.
happens. On me getting the first box skip there, I actually learned my visual cue for it from him, so that's pretty nice. I think Shadow's opting to not go for it. Again, not much of a time difference either way.
Probably like 2 or 3 seconds.
Going
Second
for the
box.
second one, though. I noticed a lot of runners, when they do the second box skip, a lot of runners just shoot a fireball from a standstill and then long jump. And I find that doing a long jump, then shooting a fireball, then doing another long jump makes it much safer.
12-second difference here.
Last 3 runs, you've gotten it perfectly. So the movement Shadow was going for is where you, instead of needing a spin to land on the question block, you just land on it normally, and you can do a momentum conserving jump off of it instead of having to spend time turning around and backflipping. And you can sort of keep your momentum going forward. It is a little bit awkward, though. And with the backflip, you're also able to easily get a bounce off a Goomba.
Off of this one, I think.
Yeah, Shadow already having 2 deaths in World 1 here. I imagine we're at the point in World 1 where you have a number of not terribly difficult levels in a row. Nice momentum jump from Shadow, being able to skip out on the wall jump. I don't think Oddme got that. So we're at the point in World 1 with the rest of the levels, up until Fiery Flotilla, shouldn't be prone to too many big mistakes.
12
Nice.
seconds.
Yeah, that could have been a 13, I'm pretty sure, if he did a faster setup for the last couple boxes.
He's going for the movement in the back, I think.
Yeah. I don't think this is that much slower. This is a pretty safe way of doing it. Alright, getting a 9. You could probably get like an 11 with that strat, which actually is that's actually pretty good considering with the advanced strat you can barely get a 14.
Very nice. I think with those I've gotten like I think it was a 6, I'm pretty sure. I'm not that consistent with even the safer strat here. I could probably take a look and see what I got.
Right side down box game is definitely harder to do optimally than upside dizzies because there's just a lot. With upside dizzy you can it's a lot more. What am I trying to say? It's much more efficient because the boxes are a lot more tightly packed together, and you can just kind of throw in a bunch of lines like you saw Shadow do there. So you don't really have to worry about the angles you throw them at. Whereas in right side down, they're just kind of scattered all over the place. And therefore, your positioning and your angles have to matter a lot. And it can allow for a lot of easily missed shots. And also, because the fireballs come out of your left hand and not your center, that makes aiming way more harder than it needs to be.
Okay.
Oddme is going for Fluffy Bluff 1 first. I believe both of these runners do, 1 before Secret.
Then again, it only saves, I think it saves like half a second or something because of a quarter of a second because of the star selection screen.
Yeah, it kind of balances out though, because you can do slightly faster movement if you do Secret first by long jumping into the Cloud Flower and getting Mario to turn around. And also, the movement onto the tree is a bit more awkward if you do 1 first, because you have to like do 2 backflips instead of a triple jump. Another advantage though is the water cycles there are a lot better. After you do the skip in Fluffy Bluff 1, the water cycles are better if the cutscenes play. Bring some frames there.
Oh, hey.
That was a pretty evident splice. I think we need to disqualify Shadow from the tournament.
I don't know what happened. here, where Shadow meets himself in the tournament. Lol. 24, 47. No, 48. Even with yeah, they shouldn't be too far apart after World 1, I think.
Yeah, this is crazy because like Shadow's already lost like a minute to deaths, and obviously that means Omni's ahead, but he's barely behind, and that mostly just comes from the movement Shadow's doing. So this is already like really interesting.
Up next,
Shadow's probably gonna go for advanced movement here. Yeah, this is also relatively new movement that Jada also found.
shoutouts to Jada.
Jada's helped this game's optimization a lot over the past, especially the past year and a half. He's definitely done a lot, made a lot of contributions to this game, which is kind of funny considering how much we underestimated him.
So here, we just go to collect 60 coins in the pipe because there's 40 coins on top of the cloud. Oh, weird side flip from Shadow
Yeah,
there.
that was some interesting movement. I think we're actually going to see. Okay, looks like. Okay,
60.
Oddme is leaving with exactly 60. We're probably going to see Shadow leave with a bit more than 60, because if you have some additional coins, then you can opt to miss a couple on the cloud for safety. And I think, okay, I think he's going to leave with exactly 60. I saw him in attempts a couple days ago. He was doing these strats where he would do momentum conserving jumps to get all the coins. Because when you do single jumps, if you have full momentum, and you actually, okay, you're seeing him do it right there. You'll notice he's getting a bit of speed when he's doing those single jumps, and that allows you to collect the coins a little bit faster. So that saves him a little bit of time. That's also a strat you can utilize on Puzzle Plank Comet.
Where you can, I think it's where you can use the long jump strat or the single jump strat.
Yeah, you can do a lot of single jumps in Puzzle Plank Comet. Pretty decent climb from Oddme so far. That wasn't too bad. Oh, random. That looked like a frame. I couldn't tell if that was a frame perfect ground pound or a homing ground pound. Shadow can probably confirm in chat, but that's annoying when it does happen. So with cloud, the thing is with the cloud mushroom, and I've had this happen to me so many times, it's not even funny. With the cloud mushroom, you're not normally able to do a homing ground pound or a spin pound, but you can still do a frame perfect ground pound if you have clouds in your inventory. And every once in a blue moon, the game just makes you do a homing ground pound because the inputs for doing cloud canceling, which is where you cancel the crouch animation when you make a cloud. It's shaking and then shortly pressing the Wii remote after. Sometimes the game just interprets that as a homing ground pound, and I don't understand why.
Sometimes
It was a random homing ground pound? Okay. The difference between them is pretty easy to tell, but when you don't have the audio to work off of, it can be... It sometimes just kind of happens in the moment. Right? Oddme's not making the fast swap cycle here. He had like one extra spin. So Shadow can save up to about 4 seconds on him here. This is already looking really good.
Very nice skip. Oh, nice, he got it.
Very nice. That is very, very tight movement to do. And you just, without the jump cancel, you just barely make that cycle. Both runners getting a frame perfect ground pound into the gravity sphere. Right. Gobblegut is going to be a huge game breaker here, game changer here. I think Gobblegut's. I think Oddme semi recently learned the fast Gobblegut strats. I don't know how consistent he is at them. Shadow's definitely going to go for them.
What would the new strat be? I think. Oh, looks like he missed.
I think that's probably the best hit to mitt because it's the easiest to back up. Although it is also that is still a pretty big time loss. Okay, it's just the first bulge. Meanwhile, Shadow getting a perfect first phase there. So now Shadow's like right behind Oddme.
And I think both.
That was a really early turnaround.
4. Then again, there's still phase
That
2
was.
to yeah,
I'm
there's still
very
phase 2
surprised
to
that that
worry about.
worked. Ooh, I think that was the. What the? What was that backup? I think Shadow missed the third bulge and then just somehow backed it up there. I've never seen that before. No way. So I think Oddme's actually ahead of PB coming out of World 1. I think it's about like 15 seconds ahead or something.
30:03,
Mm-hmm.
and Shadow
And
barely behind them with a 30:09.
yeah, Shadow's only 6 seconds behind with two deaths that cost him definitely like over a minute. So I'm I'm already very excited to see how this race turns out. In the meantime, now I just have to sit through this cutscene. I actually kind of want to see how their in-game times compare. I think Oddme's might be slight. Oh, Shadow's. Yeah, Shadow had a 140 versus Oddme's 151. So Shadow definitely saved a lot of time there. Okay.
Both
Pretty sure
players
both of
also have
these.
a 30.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure both of these players what?
I think both of these players will do Honey. I think both of these players are doing the. First of all, they're going to do Honey Bloom 1. I know Shadow does. I'm pretty sure Oddme will. And I think they both do the current optimal route, so you shouldn't have to worry about any deviance. Right. Puzzle Plank is another level that's very movement intensive. So this level is another. This star is another one that's pretty straightforward, but because of that, it's open to a lot of variation between runners. You can lose like 5 seconds here and not make really any mistakes. And so
Because of cycle
it
differences, maybe?
no, just because of movement, really. Like you can feel like you played the level really well, but then you're still like 5 seconds off your best segment. And part of that is because of the last planet, because you can get double ground pounds. I've never seen that movement from Shadow before. A long jump into a frame perfect ground pound to get that first hit on the puzzle piece. I've never actually seen that before. Right. Oddme is not grabbing the checkpoint. You can grab that checkpoint and not lose that much time.
Okay, looks like
Looks like Shadow's opting
Shadow
to do
is
it.
grabbing the checkpoints.
Oddme's making it up with a double jump. I've never seen that before.
Oh, looks like Shadow
He
has to
got
go
his
the
jump.
long
He got
way.
his jump eaten. I'm pretty sure. So he's gonna have to wall kick up this thing. He just didn't triple jump there, which is that section is probably one of the most awkward sections in the entire level, and maybe even the run. It is so easy to miss that triple jump. And
Okay.
that is why you want to grab the checkpoint there. If he didn't grab that, he'd go all the way back. Alright. On me getting really good hits on these puzzle pieces.
So now the lead went from around like 10 seconds to probably over 40 or
Yeah.
50.
I mean, this is a pretty fast section, so I wouldn't be surprised. Getting leeched there. Those blades have annoying hitboxes. It can feel like it seems to be kind of inconsistent where two instances that seem like the exact same distance. One can nice double ground pound there. One you get hit, one you don't. And that was just kind of one of those cases. Looks like Shadow got a double ground pound on that last piece there, which
So it looks like
kind of loses
Shadow's
time.
around, I think, 45 seconds behind Oddme, I think.
That's a pretty big death. It's also one of the most frustrating places to die. Because Puzzle Plank 1 is usually one of the easy levels of the run.
Yeah, the lead is 43 seconds.
Mm-hmm. It can still change at any point. Especially with how close these two runners are in skill level. And we've seen like Shadow have major deficits, but then bring it back purely just because he has much better movement than Oddme. So it's still very possible that even if neither of these runners makes that big of a mistake, they can still bring this back. All right. Oddme's opting to grab Starbits on Hightail Falls. I don't know if Shadow will or not.
Probably because even the 3 letters from Rosalina won't be enough for Bank Toad, I think.
Well, it
But
depends
then
on how
again,
many. It depends on how many you get from Bank Toad. A lot of runners will usually go to like 4750, and then just get Starbits from like Melty Monster 2, and the 3 Mail-Toad letters. But what I usually do, and I think I've seen a couple other runners, is I usually go up to about like 4820, and then just get the star bits I don't have from like Starship Mario or other areas where I might accidentally grab 1 or 2 star bits. Like Sweet Mystery 1 is a good place to get star bits as well, because it's a
yeah,
Yoshi level.
you
And it
can get
looks like
like 100. Oh, it looks like Shadow's not going for the
oh, he
Starbits,
grabbed
so
a
I don't
star bit
think.
by accident. He could, in theory, spit that out by the end of the level. Because there is one period where there's like a second of time where you're off of Yoshi.
Nice.
Shadow has an opportunity to save time on me here because I think he's going to go for the Jada Flutter, which saves about 2 seconds or so on the Flutter Odme did. Shadow also not grabbing the checkpoint. kind of odd considering he went out of his way to grab it in. Okay,
Puzzle
he's not
Plank.
going for the Jada Flutter. Kind
Okay.
of odd considering he went out of his way to grab it in Puzzle Plank, and it loses basically no time to grab it in Hightail Falls. This Flutter looks kind of low. Okay,
That's
still
fine.
made
It's
it.
fine.
Yeah, that Flutter is very, very generous. You don't even have to do any crouches between Flutters.
Yeah, still. Oh, okay.
Okay, he overshot the star, but luckily that gave him enough time to shoot out that star bit. So, pretty overall average Hightail Falls 1 from both runners.
3640. Not sure
Okay.
if the in-game time was faster there for Shadow, but then again, I'm not too sure about that.
There's also a lot of factors that play into in-game time. It's not totally accurate for comparing. As for example, I don't think in-game time accounts for deaths, which obviously neither runner
No,
died there.
I think it does account for deaths. I'm pretty sure. I have no
Mm.
idea.
It might or it might not. I've had instances in like Chompworks 2 where where I've died at the very start, and I've had an in-game time that resembles a deathless fast cycle run. So I don't know.
Actually, yeah, that's kind of weird.
I think the only part it doesn't take into account is that black screen where it counts down the lives.
Probably.
Right. Shadow probably has an opportunity to save some time on Odme here. Cosmic of 1 is another level you can spend a lot of time trying to optimize. Very nice shell grab there. You have just enough spacing to make that work out where you can grab the shell without ground pound without destroying it, which is the risk, and then also making it into the water. If he was just a little bit further back than that, he would have destroyed the shell. And he would have had to do a bunch of slow spinning underwater, because I don't think you have another shell back up until like right here on Shadow's end.
Yeah.
Looks like Odin used a nunchuck spin there to get a earlier spin after that wall jump. Pretty nice switch hits from both runners, it looked like. Not totally optimal, but it works.
38-31.
I can't really tell if Shadow's been gaining time or not, but I imagine he has been. And here's where we pray to the pointer gods that that neither of their pointers screw up during the star select menu.
Yeah. It's happened to Shadow like twice, I think.
Yeah, I think one time it happened to him twice in a row after he had just gotten like 2 golds. Alright. On me opting to not get Bank Toad after Cosmic Cove 1, I think Shadow does. Okay. On me is safe. So for like a little bit here, I don't think they can be directly compared. We'll have to see though.
Yeah, that male toad spawn is kind of RNG as well. He spawns sometimes closer or farther away from
It
where he
depends
needs
on
to
how
be.
many text boxes are pop up after you complete the level. So with the way this route works, that's always going to be the slow one. But there are instances where in other categories, due to their routing, the bank toad will actually the male toad will actually finish his cycle faster, and neither player got screwed by the pointer. And it looks like both players are going to get bank toad after this star. Nice bunny catch from Odme. He spent a couple seconds having to set it up, but it still worked.
40-29.
That's a pretty average pace, I'd say, for a runner of the skill level. We'll see if Shadow can match Odme here.
Probably.
Right.
91 star bits here.
Let's see how
Okay,
much Odme goes up to.
5,300 in bank.
Just pointlessly waving
20,
his cursor around.
30, 40. Okay, that's
He
a pretty
overshot that
good.
by a lot. He's 100% guaranteed to have enough star bits for every level. He overshot that by like 100 star bits, but I imagine he did that on purpose.
Maybe.
We'll probably see Shadow go to 1 to 200 less than that.
I don't know, let's see. 40, 47, 47.
All right, he might. I think he's gonna deposit. He's probably just gonna deposit all of these.
Yeah. He's gonna have to get star bits somewhere else, I feel like.
Let's see.
Yeah,
40,
47.73.
yeah, Sweet Mystery 1 is probably a good place to get star bits for him. Because that level you can get up to about like 80. And since you're on Yoshi, you can't spit them out. So you're probably just going to grab one by accident anyway, so you might as well.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You can get, like, I think over 100 in Sweet Mystery 1.
Well, yeah, if you're doing the flutters as fast as you can, though, without setting them up, then you barely have enough time to get like 70 or 80.
Oh, yeah.
We shouldn't see anything too major happening during Honeybloom Secret. Shortest star in the run, and also kind of the game. Not counting the green stars.
The shortest one would technically go to Boulder Bowl Letter, I feel like.
Well, I'm basing it off of like in-game time, and this star is only 16 seconds long. 16.63, yeah.
Oh, you use Sweet Mystery 1 for Shadow, at least.
Yeah, that's what I would usually use if I got around that star bit range. Okay. Body Bloom 1 is another level where there can definitely be a lot of time deviance. I don't know how well practiced Odme is with Honeybloom 1. And I also don't know what strat Shadow goes for. I imagine both of them will go for the safer variation of the B-less Comet Medal.
15. No idea. Oh, okay. Spin bonk.
Okay, that might bleed into this section here. Because this section is somewhat cycle-based, and you can use audio cues in the music to make this section a little bit easier if you do the movement right. Okay, I'd be setting up for the safe Comet Medal. I'm surprised he didn't get hit by that Choppa. Very nice.
Still don't know why Oddly is collecting star bits here.
Well, it's because in this upcoming poll section, you can use it to stun the Choppas and make it a little bit easier.
Yeah. 20 might be of an overstatement for that.
I mean, the more the merrier. It's better to have too many than not enough. Okay, Shadow's also going for the same movement here. There's like 3 different ways you can do this section, and they all have varying time lengths. Yeah, that's what he was using them for. I believe when you stun the Choppas like that, it also makes you invulnerable to them.
Like, for a short while.
Mm-hmm. While they're in that sort of like recoil animation. And this last section, we shouldn't see too much deviance. If there is time save one party has over the other, it'll probably be like a second or 2.
I don't know.
Very
Actually,
clean pull section from Shadow. That was extreme. Nice, and nice swinging too. That was very, very solid.
and he's gonna regenerate a bee mushroom here because the game automatically gives you one if you don't have a bee power up there, which is pretty nice actually.
Yeah, I don't think you can do this section without the bee mushroom. I could be wrong though. I think you can get as far as like the ending portion, but then you have to do those cloud jumps. And since this game
Yeah.
doesn't have 2P jumps, it's kind of not feasible. Yeah, like right here. You could maybe make it up to that first cloud with like Luigi jumps, but from there, I don't know what you would do.
It's probably not possible. I'm not sure, but probably not.
Mm-hmm. I think I've heard that there might be a way to do it, but heck if I know.
Okay. I think Shadow's like 30-ish seconds behind on me.
Yeah, 148 Honeyboom 1 RTA. That's very, very good. His pull section was just so clean. Yeah, pretty solid
You could
Honeyboom
do
1 for both
cloud
runners.
side flips at least with it's possible as Mario as well. You can do the cloud side flips at least with Luigi, and it's possible as Mario as well.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I just looked at the difference between the cloud heights and just assumed that it was too large, but I guess I was proven wrong. Okay. Lava Layer is a good opportunity for a big mistake to lose a lot of time. Especially because you're running with this life mushroom the entire way through. Like, once you go below 4 health, you can't get that back. Ooh, odd me of winning that one up. I've never actually seen it done like that before. I'll have to mess with that.
Okay. And also he switched the camera to be in the back or something, so that thwomp cycles are better, I think.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, missed the store triple
Okay,
jump.
didn't get crushed at least.
Yeah, good backup, though. So I think Oddme is going to go for the... Even though he does have the health, he's going to go for the slightly safer 2 lava bounce strat to skip this first snake block.
Okay.
Because I don't think he's a huge fan of the other strat. Yeah. Oh, he is going for the big strat.
Ooh,
I don't
nice.
see him
He
do
got
the 2 often.
Oh, okay.
So Shadow
Got
squeaking
concerned
past the
there,
common metal there.
I
I was
was a
paying
bit
attention to
concerned
Oddme,
with
so I
the
didn't see what happened.
projectile. He almost got crushed there. That's what happened, but he's fine. Got the checkpoint.
And he has enough health to hopefully match Oddme here.
2.
Yeah. I didn't think he'd have any trouble with that.
Okay. That hammer broke have given him a bit of a problem because I think had he been a bit closer, he would have been hit and died.
I mean, what I usually do is I actually try to bounce off the hammer, bro. It's actually very... I've never had that fail. That is a bit of a risk you take. Right. It's not over yet though, because they could be matched after this fight if Oddme misses a hit somewhere.
Or Shadow could lose time, and Oddme could be even more ahead. Then again, who knows?
Lava Layer is not a fight where players miss hits often. I'm surprised Bowser didn't punch out one of those 2 meteors there. That looked close enough. Really, the fights where you run the most risk are with Gravity Gauntlet and Galaxy Generator. Lava Layer, you don't see missed hits as often. That was a very nice first hit there from Shadow. I think he did the Nemi optimization where you jump as the meteor is rising. Yeah, he did it again there. That's
For a
a
second, I
bit.
thought it looked like it was gonna punch into the ground or something and lose a
That
bit
was a
there.
very tight angle. Yeah. That movement that Shadow's doing is very awkward because these meteors like to eat your jumps and prevent you from ground pounding, and also, I'm getting a pretty bad Bowser position there. Also, it's hard to set you up in the right position in time. Okay. Neither of these players have really made full advantage of getting Bowser to stop right away. It looks like Shadow's being able to do that here, paying attention to where that fire attack ends.
I think
That
that's
was a
like
very
we're at an 18-second lead here, so Shadow is definitely catching up pretty
yeah
quickly, actually.
yeah that was a pretty nice Bowser fight there from Shadow. I don't know if he missed any of the fast hits.
Probably not.
So a low 51 World 2 from Odme. That's pretty decent pace for no reset.
51:09. I think he's still ahead of PB.
He probably
Let's
is.
look.
That was a pretty good World 2 from Odme. And Shadow also had a decent World 2 aside from that puzzle plank 1 death. This looks like a 51-27 maybe. So yeah, 18-second difference. And considering all the mistakes Shadow has made so far, that's nutty. Nice 420 IL time from Odme.
Nice.
Pretty dank.
420. All right, let's see what Shadow gets here. Probably.
It's probably a 4-1x if I had to guess.
Oh,
Oh,
408.
408.
Very
That's
nice.
around what my gold gets, I'm pretty sure. Although also Shadow didn't have that 1-up text when he grabbed that 1-up, so that probably played a
Yeah.
role in that.
And he also got the triple jump with the thwomp, so that kind of factored
Yeah.
in a little bit.
Odme went for that but missed it. Okay. World 3 is going to be really where World 3 is kind of where you're first tested in your consistency. You really just have to keep a level head for this and World 4. I don't actually know if Odme goes for the. I think he said he learned the 1 cycle at the end recently. Shadow's definitely going to go for it, but I don't know if Odme will. So that could be like a 10-second deficit right there.
Oh, you mean the one where you have to?
Oh, that's bad. I think. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna have to take the death there. I think he did that cloud boost a
Okay.
little too late. So now Shadow is actually in the lead.
Okay. Or maybe he didn't get that cloud flowers, which kind of factors in a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of need that cloud flower to do
You
it.
you can
For sure.
kind of make it with 3 clouds, but it's extremely dumb. And you're usually going to cut it really close. I don't know if
Oh,
Odmin noticed. That Octumba is one of the worst enemies in the game, I swear. And
yeah.
now they're basically tied. Oh my god, this is
I'll switch
nuts.
to Shadow for a bit. Uh, wait. Oh wait, I'll switch back to Odney. It looks like because Odney's like ever so slightly farther ahead.
I don't know. Okay, I still don't. This is where the 1 cycle is really going to make a difference here. If Shadow misses this, then could open a door for Odme.
Or the other
Odme's
way
going for
around
Odme's.
too.
Oh, Odme's going for the nutty setup here. Nice, very
Oh,
nicely done. And Shadow also gets it. So even after all of that, Odme is still ahead by
one
less than
second.
2 seconds.
Yeah, around like
That
a second.
is that was so nuts. Odme had a really clean 2D section, whereas Shadow had to do an extra wall jump to get over that big wall there.
Shadow will go for 690 points in Freezy Flake Seeker. That's the dank strat right there. I got 690 once there in Freezy Flake Secret. It was great.
690 is a pretty common number you could get. It's around average, I'd say. Usually an average score for a runner of this tier is around the mid to low 700s, I think. It comes down to really memorizing the patterns you can get and building up muscle memory for each possible rotation. Because I think there's only 3 different rotations you can get, and it's fixed every single time. So once you know what rotation you're on, you can build muscle memory for it. Right, neither of these players are doing an early fireball to break the Goomba statue. That's actually kind of surprising. It's really precise because you're essentially doing a blind throw with no way to know if you have the right angle or not. All right, I'm gonna guess 730 for Oddme, and Shadow's already said he's going for 690.
690. I'm gonna guess 690 for both.
Shadow skating backwards for the added swag. Looks like both of them actually got the same rotation, which is pretty cool. I mean, it makes sense considering how close they are.
$430. For... Oh, he's gonna have to get... Come on. No! No!
Oh, no!
He missed 690.
He just had to go for that one golden one instead. I didn't see what Oddme got.
670. I was actually really close there. Dang, dude.
It's okay. He has one more chance.
He has one more chance for 690.
Yeah, because Shiverburn Secret.
Then again, that one does have a higher point requirement, so it's a bit more likely to lose around 40, around a minute there if you're not
I have
careful.
faith in these runners to not mess that up.
Freezy Flake 1.
Alright. This can easily be a split where you lose 20 to 25 seconds just by simply having one tiny movement error before the Comet Medal. I thought I saw Oddme turn around in midair there for a second.
My gold has the fast strat in there, but I'm not consistent at it at all. I just got it that one time, I think.
The movement is pretty generous, but you also have to be really tight about it. Neither player is going for this clip, and Shadow with another splice. This man is pretty shady.
I don't know. I was watching Oddme's side when it happened, so
Right.
I don't know if that's a splice or not. Maybe it's frame drops within the stream, which could happen.
It definitely is frame drops. I'm just being a meme about it. Anyway, both players getting the early combo medal, so not gonna have to worry about that. It's a very stressful, like 20 seconds of your life.
58-43. Shadow has a 46.
So still a 3-second difference. So Oddme's been kind of picking it up over these over at Freezy Flake there. All right, y'all know what time it is. We're gonna ditch Luigi like we always do. He doesn't get to go to the party in Paper Mario. He's not gonna get to join us here.
Commentators can't meme Kipo.
Okay. I don't know if Oddme goes for the camera minute on Honey House 1. I know Shadow does, and Shadow probably will. And it doesn't really make that much of a difference. I think it makes more of a difference to miss it than to just not go for it. But it also, I think it allows you to get an earlier Comet Medal platform cycle. Okay, so Oddme didn't turn the camera there. and Shadow did. This is an opportunity for Shadow to save a lot of time. Oh, never mind. So I think that's actually a bigger deficit than just not going for it. Because when you turn the camera like that, you delay these platform cycles even more. So it takes longer for them to get into optimal positions. So that might actually net time loss for Shadow. It also puts the common metal platform in a weird position.
Yeah, this level is very, very cycle-based, I feel like.
Yeah, those two are cycle-based, but this green platform and this upcoming red platform are not. You have to enter a certain radius for them to appear. Okay, so both of them grab the checkpoint, thankfully. So that's a consolation of not getting the fast cycle. And they got roughly the same amount of time to wait for the common metal platform. So pretty even from pretty even on both sides.
Okay.
We should still, the difference should still be around 3 to 4 seconds. Actually, kind of surprised to see Admi going for that fast step version of the flutter. That's something I think Nemi does. And Shadow doing the standard sideways flutter. So yeah, still about a 3-second difference, so balanced out.
I feel like the one on the left is slower, the one that Onmi just did, because you have to grab the little plant thing.
I think it's faster if you can dismount off into the star at the end. Plus you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, it's probably like a second or two.
Yeah, but like if you have to go out of your way to get the flower grapple for safety, then that probably nets time loss. But it's a very bold move to jump off of Yoshi at the end there, because if you miss the star, you have nothing to land on.
And that causes a death, probably like 15 to 20 seconds if you die.
Yeah, it's a very short segment, thankfully, so it is not that much, like you said. All right, time for Long Jump Simulator 2010.
Alright. I counted the long jumps here, but I don't know if I want to do it again for this one. I just won't count them, probably.
Shadow's already taking noticeably tighter turns than Admi. This level does kind of come down to making tiny optimizations, I feel like. As not only do you have to optimize your angles and all that, you also have to optimize the timing of your Z and A presses. And so far, it looks like Shadow's definitely doing things really, really well.
Hey, look, it's Haunting Hall's Comet, except it's a whole 40 stars earlier. Kipo.
Wow, this is okay. Neither of them opted to go for that really thin sliver. That kind of messes with your cycles here. These Mattermouths. I find that those Mattermouths are on better cycles if you just bite the bullet and go for the long jump on that thin strip. Otherwise, you kind of have to wait to get around them.
Still around a 3-second difference there.
Yeah. Shadow probably gained maybe a few frames on me from having slightly better execution. So they're going to begin their first backtracking session relatively soon after this next star.
Oh my comment looks like my commentary stream is lagging.
Don't worry, I've still got this.
Oh, there we go. It's back in sync.
I actually have no way of knowing for certain if either of those players held B during the text boxes, but based on where the cursor was, went up, and there it goes for me. And it just lagged by a second. It was like a split second, though, so I'm not worried about it.
Oh. Shadow says he went for that flutter in Hall Tales 1 once and died, so he's probably not going for it.
Understandable. Okay, let's see how B Block 1 goes. Because due to the way cycles work in this level, I think every missed cycle is about 8 seconds. And that's not even considering what happens if you die.
Yeah. 4 seconds for each rotation, and there's 2 of them, so yeah, probably 8 seconds.
That's not good for Mod Me, and that's a
Oh,
very bad death.
and looks like Shadow's back ahead again.
Yeah, that was I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but it looks like he just didn't long jump when he was supposed to.
Okay.
Shadow's in a really good position now. That was a pretty clean beat block. One thing that's really annoying about beat block 1 deaths is that you kind of just have to improvise once you get thrown off your cycles, especially in that combat metal section. Okay. Right.
So
Good damage control from On Me, but that's still like maybe a 20-second deficit.
23.
No. This race has been going back and forth this entire time, basically. Okay. The Shadow's going to be heading back to World 1 here. He's going to be going to Flip Swap, where the race could very easily flip-flop. Back.
Nice one.
It's cool because it rhymes. I just thought of that on the spot.
That's a pretty nice one.
I'm probably going to get banned for that, but whatever. It was worth it. Okay, and yeah, both of them are doing the same route. So they're both going to be doing the Puzzle Plank C late route.
Yeah, so this is the Honey Bloom version 2 route made by Jada. I think like 3 or 4 months ago. I'm not really too sure.
It was less than that. It was like 2 months ago, I feel like.
Because I remember using the beginner route when I started running this game. Actually, no, I used my own route when I started running, and then I switched to the beginner route like a year later. I started running the game in 2018, and then I switched to a slightly more official route in like mid 2019.
Awkward angle. That's a really rightward angle for that first super jump. That was a very leftward angle for that. That almost missed. Oh my god, that was so close.
That was way too close.
You got so lucky there.
If he dies here, it could be very bad for Shadow.
Yeah, dying in the me having trouble with this first super jump, not able to get the platforms to flip properly.
Has to go for a bit of a backup there, but nothing too bad.
Not even going for the second super jump, totally understandable. The second super jump is somewhat awkward.
Okay. Me going for the checkpoint flag here. Oh, okay. Awkward spin bonk there, but still ended up.
Oh. He's not really going for many super jumps here. The Shadow definitely saved a lot of time on him there. Even with that, even with a couple of those awkward ones.
Probably like 5 to 10 seconds, I think.
Oh, probably more than that, actually.
Yeah, he's losing quite a bit of time to his gold, but still on good pace.
Oh yeah, I was gonna make a comment about how I was kind of egging for Shadow to. I was gonna want to beg Shadow to go for the optimal fourth super jump where you go directly to the star platform. But that'd be a bit too much for a race, I think.
I mean, yeah, understandable.
Like Nemi messed it up in his world record, and Hardcore thinks it's inconsistent, so probably for the best.
Oh. Shadow said, "Viper, go home." That joke was appalling. The flip-flop one.
I am home, so that statement doesn't hold true. But anyway, Yoshi Star Comet, just running around, hopefully not missing any spinies, hopefully not running into any walls. Okay. Very, very tedious level. And
if you're not fast enough here, which doesn't really happen too often, you can end up like missing a lot of the spinies when time runs out, and you end up losing like around 1 minute and 10 seconds per death. Like one time I died like I think 2 or 3 times to this level. Probably because I wasn't fast enough.
I mean, actually going out of his way to get an extra rainbow star there and also to take care of that
Ooh,
spiny.
ooh, ooh. Okay.
But that did also cost him quite a bit of speed, and he's also run into 2 walls already. He's been really having trouble keeping his momentum. Shadow is just picking up time on every single split here. This World 3 has definitely been leaning in Shadow's favor.
Yeah. Then again, Shadow's
Oh,
PB, I think it had like a 303 pace going into World 6.
I don't know if Shadow. I don't imagine either of these runners are anywhere close to PB pace, but they're probably at least somewhat close. Like maybe within a minute or two. Alright. If Shadow goes for Crystal Jump, I swear.
No idea.
He's going for it. Oh my goodness, the legend.
Ooh, very nice.
I can't figure out that strat, so I have mad props to anybody who does it.
Yes, shout out to Shadow there for getting it.
Alright. Oh.
Okay, my commentary stream froze on my side there, but the audio still kept going, so it's fine, I guess.
That was a very slow first hit from Shadow. Kind of undoing the swag of that Crystal Jump earlier. Commentator just egging on the runner for mistakes that he would probably make himself. We're going to see Admi probably go for a more standard long jump across the gap. Or triple jump.
No,
that works too.
Yeah, both of those could work.
Yeah, if you do the long jump across the gap, you can get an extra clock, which could be a deal breaker for Pee-wee.
Yeah. Crystal jump is free, IMO, like a sub 9. Keepo.
Admi also struggling with this first hit. You're actually fast enough to just chase after Pee-wee on your own after you miss that first hit. It's on the second hit where you have to run the opposite direction. I'm actually kind of surprised neither player knew that. Because that's a pretty big time loss to have to chase down Pee-wee like that. Because he runs really slow on the first phase, so it takes a lot longer to catch up to him.
Yeah. But if you don't get the quick kill in Sky Station 1/Comet, then it's fine for, well, at least for phase 2.
Right.
Okay. Shadow.
There's been a lot of developments on There's been a number of developments on Tall Trunk 1 lately. We'll see if Shadow goes for any of them. Nice!
Very nice.
Jada's made a ton of optimizations to this level recently. They're very, very minor. There's a head bonk we might see Shadow go for here to set up this flutter easy. Yeah. Ooh, he got stopped by the wall there.
Looks like he's gonna have to go the long way around.
Yeah. He's just gonna try it again. There we go. That's better.
Okay, nice backup.
Cycles here are gonna be weird.
On me to catch up a bit more.
Ooh, that jump is the hardest part of Tall Trunk 1 that Oddme just missed. Very clean backup though. That backup is not free. Another nice frame perfect ground pound from Shadow.
For a second, I thought I just saw a regular ground pound.
It's important that Shadow stays near the inside of this curve when going up this planet, because that actually saves a little bit of time as if over just trying to stay near the center. Which means doing these little back and forths here is actually worth it. Nice dismount into the star at the end there.
14:42. So Shadow's probably around 40 seconds ahead of Oddme, I think. Maybe 45 or 50.
We'll see. It's definitely a lot.
Oddme says, think I'm at the part where I stopped caring.
I mean, we're coming up on Fearsome Flea after Pottycore comment, and I know I think Shadow's probably gonna go for question block flutter. Oddme will probably want to safe it out.
So,
and question block flutter is you mess it up and you lose a minute. So
actually, it's probably not quite that much. Probably not a minute, but probably like 40, 45 seconds.
yeah, it's close. First, we have this relatively easy star.
Kind of like a calm before the storm type situation, I think. And I think as far as I know, that flutter probably saves around a minute and a half, I think, over just going through the entire level as an auto-scroller, like I do.
Well, yeah, but then there's an alternate set of flutters you can do that's barely any slower than question block flutter. And that's probably where we're going to see Oddme do. Like, I think if you get a fast question block flutter lineup, you can save up to about 10 seconds. Which is still pretty minuscule at this level. Especially considering the whole risk versus reward factor.
So, like, flutters like Yoshi Star 2 is low risk, high reward, where Yoshi Star 1 is kind of quite a bit higher risk, but not as high of a reward.
Yeah, for sure. That's really just strats with the Galaxy games in general, especially when you consider the precision that goes into setting up each of them. Alright. Now we're heading out to Fearsome Flea here.
I don't know if I want to go for QBF, says Shadow. We'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It really just comes to. Oh. And we got the Rage Wii menu from Oddme there.
Okay, looks like Shadow is pulling close to.
Okay. It's gonna take a lot more than one question block flutter fail for Oddme to catch up now.
Yeah, probably two. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, definitely so. So I think Shadow's probably safe to go for it, but it's all up to him.
We'll just wait and see.
Yeah, I know he typically struggles with the second flutter. Oh, he's going for it. The second flutter, I think, is the hard part for him. He has a tendency to miss the block. So we'll see how this goes.
And the thing about that speed, after you lose a lot of your speed there, you don't entirely slow down, but you slow down to a crawl.
Okay, yeah, he's really far back here. He can still make it to the block, but he's going to be losing a fair amount of time here.
Yeah. Like I kind of said, like after 10 seconds, you don't slow down to a stop, but you slow down to like almost a crawl, I think.
Yeah, you're only able to move barely to the front or side, and you lose your ability to go backwards. Okay, that's a good angle. If he can maintain his height well, this should be good. Ooh.
Oh, okay.
He went really low there.
I kept thinking he went way too high for that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was doing really, really tiny flutters. I was going for it again.
Yeah.
The scariest thing you could do after failing question block flutter once is going for it again. Okay, that looks like a really good angle. He should be able to make it onto the block. Oh, he's actually really low now. That was a really good second flutter. Alright, we'll see what Oddme goes for here. I know Oddme semi-recently learned question block flutter. Oh, he's going for it too.
Oh.
Shadow's taking a really long time to set up the angle there.
Come on,
All right,
Shadow.
that looks like that's a good angle. A little bit worse than his last one, but that was good. Okay. Oh, he didn't
Okay,
get the
okay,
checkpoint.
okay. No second fail there. Very nice.
Okay. On me is too
Shadow.
far forward.
Don't press the reset button. Oh, looks like he
I mean,
missed
if
it.
you reset, it's not a huge deal. You wouldn't lose any progress.
Yeah, because Galaxy 2 has auto saves in this game. Or Galaxy 1, you have to manually choose if you want to save or not.
All right. So now the ball has pretty much fallen into Shadow's court here. And
Ooh,
overall, World 3
very
has...
nice double shot. Very nice double shot.
Alright, that looks better? I can't tell. No.
Oh no.
Uh, I think we might see Oddme throw in the towel soon. I don't know.
One. We'll have to. That's 2 fails so far for Odd Me. Also, very nice double in the back. I don't even know how far ahead Shadow is at this point. Probably like 2 minutes. 2, maybe 3 minutes.
Definitely not 3, maybe 2.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Come on, Odd
Okay.
Me.
That's a good angle. Looks like he's controlling his height decently well. Alright.
Okay, okay, he got it. He got it. Without gaming over, which is good.
Hmm.
121.37.
Okay, so Oddme is probably around like a minute and a half to 2 minutes behind.
Fearsome Fleet. So looks like Shadow's around 2 minutes ahead, I would say.
Yeah, well, Mega Hammer usually takes about a minute, and then it takes another 30 seconds or so to get to the star. Alright, World 4 is the longest world segment in the run.
Because of the backtrack to World 2.
Mm-hmm.
World
And
5
World...
used to be the longest segment in any
no,
percent.
it was World 6.
Oh, it was World 6? I kept thinking it was World 5.
Yeah, World 6 is around, for a good runner, it's about 39 minutes. The best ever World 6 is probably like in the low 38 range. And it's probably by Nemi. Okay, so yeah, Oddme is roughly a minute and a half behind. World 3 was definitely in Shadow's favor for this one.
Definitely.
That time can easily be lost in World 4, though.
Because of the backtrack is kind of like make or break, somewhat.
You got Boulder Bowl 1, you got Boulder Bowl Comet, and you got the second Gobblegut fight. And then you also just have the rest of World 4 in general, where most deaths are very, very costly. Let's see what kind of Sweet Mystery... We're probably going to see a pretty standard Sweet Mystery 1 from both runners. Go for that. That was a very, very good first flutter. Alright, and Shadow made sure to cancel a flutter there so that he wouldn't get a delayed flutter for the second one.
Okay, he's got the checkpoint, so he's safe. Alright.
Oh,
So this does
he's not safe from the invisible floor. Very clean Sweet Mystery 1.
Very.
A little slow getting to the star, but
Not too bad.
definitely acceptable.
I think Shadow's about like I think Sweet Mystery takes like 2 minutes, so I think he's like 2 minutes ahead or something.
Nah, if Admi can match that, which I think Admi's Sweet Mystery one is very similar to that, then he'll probably still be like a minute and a half behind. That was very clean, so that's gonna be that first flight especially is gonna be hard to match. And now we're off to our first Flipsville visit. Flipsville 1 skip is a skip that really sucks to mess up.
Yeah.
Because, like, especially when you're trying to do the jump to the boss planet, and then you're just too far forward, and then you have to ground pound and fall all the way down. And it's a pretty long way to get there. Right.
But
A
there's
bit of a
thankfully there's an alternate method where you can spin and then ground pound to where the toad shroom is. It's only like 10 seconds
what?
slower, but it's much safer.
I didn't notice what Shadow did there. I think he might have spun a little too early there. I couldn't tell though. I was paying attention to Adme. But that's also a very finicky jump. Because in order to get the right amount of momentum to reach that planet, you have to spin at the proper time. That looks better. What the? He's spinning at a decent time. I think he might be spinning a little too late, actually.
Ouch.
You want to spin like right as the gravity switches. And I think he's spinning just a little too early.
Onmi's definitely catching up here, I think.
Yeah.
We'll
Even that's not enough. Like, Shadow still has a lead of about maybe 45 seconds. Okay, that was pretty late, but you got a lot of momentum from that. I don't understand what Shadow's setup for that is. And now he's setting up for this. We're probably going to see him go for the boss planet. I had to guess. Yeah, he's going for it. There's a pretty easy visual cue for it. There we go.
What's the visual cue for that skip?
Once the top portion of the boss planet goes off the top of the screen. I just now noticed Admi has 1 life left. Or 1 extend left.
Never seen it with that camera change before.
Yeah, I think I remember Admi doing something like that, but just not well.
Ooh, okay.
Getting on this roof is harder than it needs to be. As it's super easy if you're too far to the if you spin too far back, it's super easy to just land on the slope part and slide off. All right. First try skip from Admi, that's gonna save a lot of time. So now the difference is probably back to being like 30 seconds.
No, probably a little more than that, I think.
Yeah. I don't know, Glamdozer's pretty fast.
You were throwing for content? I actually have no idea if that was legitimate or not.
I doubt it was.
Probably wasn't.
That would be very dishonorable.
Yeah. Looks
This
like
is
the leads
about
are
40 seconds.
Alright. First mail toad letter. 1600, okay.
Yeah, he still needs... He would still need about 200 more. Almost going to Chopworks ahead of time. No, you still need Flipsville 2, my guy.
Yeah.
This route is fairly new, so I imagine he's using splits, but muscle memory probably hasn't fully gotten to him yet. It can take a while to get used to new routes. Let's see what kind of movement he goes for here. That is why I hate that beginning long jump. It is so easy to just jump off the edge there because the angles you have to hold are not immediately obvious. Oh, wow.
Oh god, what are you doing?
Just jump around the side. It's super free.
Yeah, that's better.
You should have just done that.
I usually just do a single jump there.
Yeah, long jumping directly to the launch star is it's a tough one. I don't go for that myself. I have never seen that setup to get to the drill fast. It works.
Ooh.
Alright, Admi got their first try, so Admi's now catching up. Don't get hit, please. Okay. Admi also getting the fast drill grab, so he's going to be making the same cycle here. And Shadow not doing the fast. He's not waiting before the gravity. He's not waiting before drilling there, so he's not going to get the fast star grab. Okay, well, he waited there for the gravity to switch, but that probably was a time loss as opposed to just waiting before drilling the first time. And Admi getting the insta-star grab. I don't think he necessarily waited intentionally, but he did have to like move a little bit to the right.
Shadow's pulling up 2P. I don't know how to feel about that.
Shadow pulling out a second Wii remote, possibly getting a second person to help him. Commentator not sure if he likes that. Kind of just ruins the integrity of the race.
Keep up. Alright,
There he is.
Okay,
So, this is going to be interesting. So, with the second player, he's actually going to be able to save a fair amount of time on Chompworks 1.
Probably because of that first chomp cycle. Oh!
Actually, because of on the last planet.
That's what I was referring. Oh! Ooh.
He just kind of stopped there for a second. I wasn't sure if his like nunchuck disconnected or something.
It would have said if it did happen. But
sometimes it doesn't. Like, especially if it's that case where Mario just starts like walking in a random direction. Oh, didn't lower the seesaw enough. What the heck? What happened to that chomp? I was watching on me to see if he would get the instant chomp, and then that happened.
Shadow's making the race a bit closer, way more than it needs to be.
All right. Well, he can save time here, because he'll be able to halt that chomp, or not.
Barely didn't help.
So 2P netted him time loss, and now Oddme is in the lead by maybe a second again.
I'll switch to Oddme.
So 1 and 2 really cut into Shadow's lead there. Alright, we can wake up now. Cool. And now the difference between them is back to being 4 seconds. Man. This race has been so back and forth, it's not even funny. We're only halfway through. I just heard somebody's mic talking.
Never mind.
Anyways.
34. Now he's likely barely
Yeah, Odd Me was like 4 seconds ahead after Chompworks 1.
We
Chompworks 2
definitely
Fast Cycle could switch it back, though. As I know, Odd Me
Shadow.
definitely doesn't go for that.
We did not agree to this. Shadow, you could have held the chop. Lol, it didn't work. Wait, my 2P. Oh gosh. He's just trying to do the. Oh wait, it looks like it's back to 1P for a bit.
Yeah. That was a very clean first planet, so I think Shadow's definitely on pace for Fast Cycle. It's still going to be pretty tight, though, because I don't think he got the jump cancel. So Shadow has the opportunity to swing it back the other way. Zodme's definitely not going to be getting it. Alright, let's see what happens here. Almost 4, but... Okay. Okay, this should make it.
Uh,
No.
uh,
That's
somehow.
too late. He almost had it, but he got caught by that ceiling there, which ruined it. That cycle is extremely tight. No,
Oh
Shadow,
gosh.
don't do it. Oh my
Okay, he
goodness.
still got back up.
Oh my goodness. Shadow is just bleeding time everywhere.
Yo, Umbra with the raid with the party of 7.
Thank you, Umbre. Welcome to this very interesting exhibition of skill so far. No offense. Both of these runners are very, very talented. Just imagine both of them are just kind of... Maybe it could just be nerves. Maybe it could just be not used to doing this in a race setting. I know Shadow is still a relatively new runner, so he doesn't have nearly as much experience as some of the other ones do. All right, so now we're going to begin the World 2 and 1 second trip, starting with Puzzle Plane Comet. So I think really the next
Tooks is
opportunity...
saying, Tooks is saying, Shadow, stop throwing for content.
Yeah, he might have to ban you from the race for poor sportsmanship.
Okay, he understands that you won't go for it. I don't think. At least I hope he does.
I don't imagine he was actually throwing for content. It was probably just joking. Right, based on I wasn't paying close attention to Onmi's purple coins, but based on where he ended in the music, that was pretty clean. I think Shadow missed a couple purple coins.
Yeah, he
Or we're
did.
coming up on Boulder Bowl 1, where the deficit can swing once again. I don't know. I think Onmi does go for the new Boulder Bowl 1 skip. Shadow does. And I think Onmi learned it recently. It's not very difficult, at least when compared to the older method. And it does net about 5 seconds of time save, if not more, but we'll have to see what happens here. And then there's also Rollodello, which can make a huge difference. Me using Starbus to take care of these Octumbas. I'm not actually sure what's the fastest way to do that. Because the way Nemi does it is what it looks like we're going to see. No, Shadow's also using Starbits. The way Nemi does it, and the way I've always done it, is you spin for each of the 3. Okay, yeah, Onmi setting up for this. That looks good. That was very clean from Onmi.
Very nice.
He did hit the Toad, but it was at a good enough angle to where he was still able to hit the Crystal. Right, Shadow's also setting up for it. Oh. That looks good. Ooh, got unlucky with the toad there. That's the risk factor with that version of the skip, is that you can hit that toad super easily. Hit a rock jump? Aw. I wanted him to go for crystal skip there. Okay. Oh no, that's not good.
Odd me.
The first hit is the worst one for Rolladilla to see you on. I think the second one is probably the best. As then he does like 2 rolls and you're ready. Weird angle. Almost had a spinless 1 roll. And Shadow's going at some weird angles here. We'll see what he manages to do, though. I don't know if Shadow's just playing it safe or if he's just taking really odd angles here.
Probably safe. I have no idea though.
Okay, he's going all in for that. Nearly cost him, though. He went all in for that 3rd hit, but he was just a little too off to the side.
Okay, please don't soft lock.
Oh yeah. We're gonna pray to not see the famed Boulder Bowl letters soft lock. We still are not entirely sure what causes it and how you avoid it.
I think I heard from somewhere that it's when you take damage at the same time the cutscene starts playing.
Well, I've heard that too, but like the one time I soft locked to Boulder Bowl letter, I didn't take damage at all. So there's something else at play here.
Weird.
Alright. On me making it across the
Wait,
gap there.
how can you recover from that? I thought if you like ledge grab there, it would be impossible to recover from that, and then you would have.
Well,
to
what you
dive
do is you
down.
let go, and then you spin while holding A, and you can get up onto the ledge. On me doing the faster manipulation where you don't take damage. This allows you to keep Rock Mario for the star grab. Right. Shadow getting a much cleaner bridge there. And On me did not get the soft lock.
Good.
Okay. Let's see if Shadow does the same setup. No, he's gonna get hit. I don't really think it makes a difference which one you do.
Yeah, it probably doesn't. Okay.
And Shadow's good.
Okay, Shadow's good. Okay.
When it fades out, I'm pretty sure what determines it is you have to hear that like victory fanfare. And if you hear that, then you're good to go. As the one time I got the soft lock, it didn't play.
Oh, right.
And then once it fades out, you breathe a huge sigh of relief. So
143. Chat.
Still, we're about half.
Still decently far ahead.
Yeah, Admi has picked up so much time in World 4 just from the mistakes that Shadow's been making. I wouldn't be surprised if in Worlds 5 or 6 we saw it sway back the other way, though.
Yeah.
Late game in Galaxy 2 is hard.
Ooh, frame perfect jump from Ogmi there. Very nice.
Saving those precious frames. So from here, we still have Boulder Bolt Comet and Fiery Flotilla Comet to worry about. Ami opting to do the shake there to get through that section a little bit easier. Nothing wrong with that. And we'll be seeing both of these runners take the launch star and then go for the leap of faith, as I like to call it. Let's see if Admi's faith is strong enough. Yes, it is. Very clean final jump from Admi. And even with all these mistakes, Shadow is still like 25 seconds behind or so. Oh. Shadow actually opted to not do a shake backwards, even though he was really far forwards. When you do that jump, if you're like super far forward like that, you're actually better off doing a shake to go backwards.
Favorite star coming up.
Yeah.
What comment?
Get your prayers ready.
Get your what?
Ready? Get your prayers ready.
Oh yeah, because cycles, I'm pretty sure.
Because these crabbers are among the worst enemies in mankind. Okay. This is a very... Wow, getting 10 from the first roll is very, very good. That's a very good... Oh my god, this is great. 19 within 2 rolls. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Whoa.
Alright. Now he only has 7 left. They're all pretty spread out, but he has more than enough time.
Yeah, there's no one-up crabs either, so that's good.
Yeah, none of the blue crabbers are left over. 25 left over on the timer. That is insane. Like, even with the amount of missed rolls, yeah, anything in the 20s left over is really, really good. And it looks like Shadow's off to a pretty good start as well. He still has 1 blue crabber left, which he is having a hard time with. This blue crabber, kind of a nut job. Okay, there we go. Now he just has to get 6 more. It looks like he's going to be slightly worse off than Admi. But he should have enough time. Having trouble ending his rolls early, looks like. Right, and both runners were a reasonable distance from the star. That rock mushroom is a really good indicator as to where you need to be in order to make it to the star. And all that's left for both of them before going back to World 4 is Gobble Gut. So neither of them had a perfect Gobble Gut in Fiery Flotilla 1, so we'll see if they've learned from their respective mistakes. I think Admi missed the first bulge and Shadow missed the third. He just got bullied by that blue crabber. Those blue crabbers are so annoying.
Yeah. That can be a bruh.
It is a pretty big bruh moment when you try to roll into them and it just scoots past you like 5 times in a row. And then you lose like 8 seconds. Anyway, Admi got a perfect first phase. We'll see if he can keep it up. Alright, that's a much better turnaround. You want to turn around right at around that coin. That's such an easy mistake to make. Ooh. He was a little too far. He was a little too close to Gobble Gut there. You want to be kind of off to the side after you get that first hit. Wow. That was a convenient backup. Right. Shadow is off to a good start. Shadow can save a little bit of time here. If he gets a perfect second phase. Alright. Oh no, he didn't go far enough to the right.
Oh gosh.
So now Gobble Gut's gonna keep following him closely. If he gets... Okay, he got both those hits, so he might still save a little bit of time. Admi got a 1:11 in-game time, which means he lost about 12 seconds or so to a perfect Gobble Gut. We'll see what in-game time Shadow gets. And next on the agenda is to go ahead and finish off World 4. So we just got a couple more comets to clear out in galaxies we've already unlocked them in. I didn't see Shadows in game time for Fiery Flotilla Comet. Nice. Another jump cancel from Oddme. Random pointless jump on Yoshi. Probably not knowing it loses him time. Oh. I could go to sleep to this music right about now. Too bad we don't get to hear it for very long. And it's so amazing how after everything that's happened, these two runners are still on the same star, not even a minute apart from each other. This race truly has been back and forth. Alright. A little bit of sloppy play from Oddme. Shadow can probably make up a few seconds here, if he gets it really cleanly. I was still a 109? Okay.
Oh, dang, nice.
Anything under 110 is pretty decent, but that sounded like it was too late into the song for it to still be a sub 110. Kind of surprised. Commentator underestimating Oddme's abilities. Probably not worth actually being in the booth.
Lol.
Might need to just throw in the towel right here.
Oddme.
Alright, let's see if Shadow saved time. Oh, Shadow lost time. Got a 111. Alright. I think Oddme goes for the standard route here. He doesn't do, like, the cantaloupe route. Oh, no, he does.
Which one's the cantaloupe route?
What Oddme is going for. So this is currently the fastest RTA route. We should also be seeing Shadow go for this. This is extremely risky to do. Okay, he's past all the hard parts now.
GG.
Very nice triple jump. He was extremely early there for that gravity switch.
Oh, nice. He got the fuzzy.
That fuzzy, you definitely want to take it out right away. Okay, well, I wasn't sure if he was going to miss that purple or not. Nice instant turnaround. And a nice side flip to finish it off. That was very, very clean. Looks like Shadow's going to be missing a cycle here.
He still. Oh, wait, yeah. He got the coin because hitboxes are weird.
Mm-hmm. I think Shadow's about 1 or 2 cycles behind here. That was weird from Oddme.
Oh gosh, he's gonna be. Oh, what is going on? Please don't die. Please don't die.
What? Okay, I tabbed out because I had to mute myself because I was sneezing. What happened even?
He died.
Yeah, but how? Did you just get hit by the fuzzy a bunch of times? Okay, he's going for the second fastest route here.
So now Shadow's really far ahead now.
You mean really far behind?
Oddme's really far ahead.
Yeah, Oddme is the one who's really far ahead. Man, I never thought I'd see anybody actually die on this star in a race, but it's speedrunning. Anything can happen. Shadow missing 2 coins there.
Oh
He
god.
cannot be pleased with how this is going. It's okay, though, because we've seen Shadow return from these kinds of deficits before. Yeah, Shadow's going to have to wait this out here. So that death was easily like a minute and a half. For sure.
Yeah. You think that Oddme and Shadow are still really close here, but turns out Oddme's a whole star ahead. So Oddme's going into Gravity Gauntlet now.
No, he's
Pretty
going to
far
Starshine
ahead of...
Beach. We
Not
opened the
just
gate.
kidding.
We go
I
to
usually always...
we open the gate before going to Starshine Beach so that we can skip a path drawing cutscene. Right. So we're almost nearing the end of this World 4 segment, which has really been not doing Shadow any favors. So maybe Worlds 5 and 6 will do him a few good things.
Hopefully.
Alright. So now Oddme's in Starshine Beach 1, where once again we have a level where a lot of different things can happen, and a lot of different things can go wrong. Right, a little bit off for that first flutter there, but still managed to make it up. Setting that flutter up with a side flip. Commentator not sure what Oddme is doing for this flutter here.
Cool. Then again, that flutter, you can set it up any way. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good. The Shadow showed up, so we're fine.
I just noticed that Shadow got the Cosmicons to go up onto that upper platform. I've never seen anybody do that. Very nice star grab, too. And a nice 5th Silver Star from Oddme. You have to, that dismount is really precise. So not tying the IL world record. Obviously, his run is bad now, and he should just reset. I don't think Oddme did either, so both these runners suboptimal gameplay. Maybe don't deserve the title of speedrunners. Of course, commentator being hypocritical. He's never matched the IL time himself. Probably shouldn't even be running the game. I mean, he's a measly 3rd place.
Got a bad feeling about this.
So Shadow is roughly an entire Starshine Beach 1 behind, give or take.
I have to BRB for a bit. I'll be right back.
All right. Commentator being left in the dirt here. Doing his best efforts to act like Simply and not succeeding very well. Nobody in chat seeming to really enjoy it that much. A much cleaner first flutter there from Shadow. Let's see what kind of setup he goes for this flutter. Okay. Doing a more traditional leftwards facing flutter. Going really far to the right. Oh my goodness, that is not a good angle. I would ditch it and go for the blimp fruit. Oh no. Yeah. Oh, he's just opting to flutter up the tower. Alright. Meanwhile, Oddme getting set up for the Starshine Beach 2 skip. Couldn't tell if Shadow just got the Silver Star there. I think he did. Alright, nice skip from Oddme. Got Chuck stirred in the right way. Alright, Right, and Shadow with also a nice 5th Silver Star grab. Right, so now the last thing Oddme has to do in World 4 is Gravity Gauntlet, where we have the infamous behind the castle skip. This skip can torment a lot of runners at the worst possible times. So we're going to have to see how this plays out. Okay. Alright, just going for a standard triple jump instead of the fire boost, which we'll probably see Shadow go for. Behind the castle is one of those skips where you just kind of have to do the setup that you're comfortable with and just hope it works. Because even the tiniest variation in how you do the setup can prevent it from working. Okay, getting onto the pillar, sliding off. That looks pretty good. That was a very nice wall jump angle. Alright, 5 bounce, but still making it. Gonna have to get this. Oh no. This is not good. Okay, if that flame was on a worse cycle than that, he would have died, which would have been so devastating. We're living in there, though. Alright, let's see what kind of cycle Shadow's on here. Ooh. Almost a little too late. Oh, I think he can still save this. Nice, nice save there. That was a very, very good reaction. That can be hard to react to. Massive props to Shadow for pulling that out. Alright, now Shadow has a lot of ground to make up here, because if he misses behind the castle, then he's really in trouble. Oddme, of course, could still miss hits on this fight, which could always provide a little bit of an advantage. This is the fight where Bowser only drops 2 meteors instead of 3. So it is possible for Bowser to punch out 2 meteors at once and screw you out of a cycle. And also he's going to be going for the punch cancel here. Oh no. This is not good. Yeah, there is absolutely no way that was going to work. He was way too far away. Okay. Shadow getting some weird momentum there, so not being able to get that fire boost there. Alright, this is much better. That was definitely a punch cancel. Okay. So, ooh, Shadow also going for a spinless wall jump there. Behind the castle. And he was too close. What a shame. What a shame. So that's about 40 seconds. He's going to be going for the other skip as a backup. I wonder what method he's going to use. Okay, he's using the Nemi method. A lot of runners have been picking this up recently. Ooh, getting brushed by that pillar. That can't be good. Actually, no, wait, that looks fine. Oh, no! That looked so good, too. I had so much faith in that. That was like the perfect lineup, but that pillar made him spend just too long in the air. With both variants of the skip, you are really pushing how long you're spending in the air. Okay, now he's going for the regular setup. This setup isn't any better. Okay. Oh, that was a little off to the left, but he still made it. And he got the common medal, so we don't need to worry about that. But still, that's just eating away at him even more. Otomy really, really capitalized in World 4. Like, Shadow was able to make up a lot of time in World 3, but Otomy really, really taking advantage of the mistakes Shadow made in World 4. This just goes to show how big it can be for a routing difference like this to occur. Because now Shadow's easily like 3 or even 4 minutes behind. That's going to be hard to make up, especially with only a little over an hour left. It can happen though. It can still happen. Let's not rule Shadow completely out yet. Worlds 5 and 6 are full of some tough levels. And if Oddme makes enough big mistakes, then Shadow can definitely bring this back. We've seen him come back from deficits, not quite as big as this, but still pretty big deficits. Okay. Shadow can make up a little bit of time here by not missing a hit. All right, this looks really good. This is definitely going to work. Now, see, if that were Galaxy Generator, that probably would have bounced off the shell. Fortunately, the shell's hitbox is not quite as big in this fight. Very nice second hit, too. Alright, let's see what kind of movement Oddme does in Space Storm 1. With the various cycles you can get here, there's a lot of variance. Okay, waiting a little bit before that long jump. Fairly decent second planet. Not quite what I was expecting to see, but I don't think I think that's about the same as what I would usually get. Oh, that's not a great position, but that should still work if he aims for the head. Nice. All right. So Shadow saving time on the fight, but unfortunately going to be netting time loss overall. That's probably somewhere around a minute and a half. So Shadow is, based on how long the Space Storm 1 segment usually takes, a little over 3 minutes behind, probably about like 3:15 or so. Which again is quite the deficit, especially this late into the run, where a lot of things can still go wrong from here on out, though. So let's not completely roll Shadow out of this. And co-commentator hasn't returned yet. Commentator's starting to get a little concerned, wondering if something happened to him. Perhaps the Lubba came into his house and decided he needed a break. Pulling some pretty bad memes out of his back pocket. Gonna have to stuff those back in. And SpeedGaming 3 rating SpeedGaming 2 with 74 viewers. Nice to see the SpeedGaming channel showing support for each other. Bit of a slow launch start entry for Oddme there. I don't exactly know how he usually goes about this section, but that's probably going to cut into the cycles here. Oh, right. Oddme goes to the right here, so Oddme does something that I don't really see any other runners do. Right. Probably not quite what he was expecting to get, but still pretty good. All right, there we go. There's the
What?
co-commentator. He didn't get taken out by a Lubba.
Taken out by a lava. Lol.
Hmm.
Um, what happened to Shadow or Odd Me when I was gone?
Shadow got hecked by behind the castle.
Oh, yeah, BTC.
And other than that, and Odd Me missed the first hit and grounding on it. But other than that, nothing too exciting. You know, Shadow's now 3 minutes behind, roughly.
So it looks like I think the win might be going to Odd Me, but I'm not sure yet.
I mean, there's still an hour of this run left, and we still got stuff like, you know, Boom Bunker, Melty Monster, Clockwork Ruins. We've got Gravity Gauntlet Comet, which is going to be really interesting to see. And then we, of course, got Galaxy Generator.
Oh
So it's definitely
yeah,
not over
the
yet, but
bunker.
Oddme's going to need to make a lot of big mistakes from this point onwards, and Shadow's going to have to play well.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know for sure. Odd Me's a whole 2 stars ahead now.
Mm-hmm. Right, so I'm going to
250.
guess...
600, 690 for both, but there's still Shadow's still 2 stars behind.
I'm going to guess a 710 for Oddme.
Okay. 690.
And I imagine Shadow's going to go for a 690 again when he eventually gets here. So far, this is looking pretty good. Really, as long as you win the minigame, it doesn't really matter what score you get. Oh, I undershot by 10 points.
Yo, nice.
Unfortunate.
720.
I'm pretty sure that's what I guessed the first time, or was it 730?
710. You overshot by like.
Well, I guessed 710 this time. I don't know what I guessed the first time.
I think it was 730. I guessed 690.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Shadow still has a bit of a ways to go before reaching that point. Whoa, what was that camera angle? During that launch star sequence, I haven't seen the camera face that way before. Oh, he's going for it. Whoa, that's some weird cycles there. Gonna opt to pound the switch.
Okay, doing a little bit of a slide. Very nice triple jump.
So
Oddly
Otomy is
for it.
going for the slower Shiverburn 1 skip setup.
I forgot what the faster one was, actually.
The faster one is where you use that moving platform as your launch pad.
Oh, yeah.
And he has one cod in reserve, so I'm curious to see what he does with it, if anything. He opts to just use it to make the Comet Medal.
Very nice.
So now he's going to have to deal with this floatiness. Not quite sure how he's going to deal. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It's a little bit better to not have Cloud Mario for that section, but there's so many different ways you can play that section, I don't know. Just pretending to know, commentator just pretending to know what the optimal way to do this level is, thinking that the way he does it is the best, when in reality there's probably a better way to do it.
Alright.
Okay. Onmi is doing the good Shiverburn 1 strats.
The intentional miss by Odd Me there, probably because of like phases 2 and 3 or something like that, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's doing the no RNG strats. And it looks like so far he's on pretty good track to get it.
I keep forgetting that you have to intentionally miss the first one in order to get it. Very nice, boss.
Yeah, alright, let's see if Shadow gets the fabled 690. Ooh, that can't be good.
Oof, okay.
You should still have enough time to at least win. You have a very generous amount of time with this thing. Okay, don't choke it this time.
590.
No, he overshot it. Both
It's
runners
fine though.
getting
710
720.
still pretty good. Otherwise,
Both runners getting 720. Might be sharing things with each other. It could really just be the same player playing 2 games at the same time.
Dunno. Keepo.
So I think Onmi is going to do the split Boo Moon route here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So like the kind of like how the newest route does it. I didn't even know there was another variant of this route. Well, at least in World
Yeah,
5.
doing Boo Moon 1 and then Upside Dizzy and then Boo Moon Secret is slightly faster. I don't really remember why. It just is, according to Jada.
Wait, the split Blue Moon route is faster?
It is. It loses world map movements, but I guess it saves time elsewhere. I think it just saves time in like cutscenes or whatever. I'm not quite sure.
Hmm. Oh wait, I think the lead is back to like 1 star or something. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, Shiverburn 1 is a relatively long level, so that's probably why.
Okay. Intentionally losing Cloud Mario there.
Right.
Okay. Blue
You have
Moon,
plenty of
let's
time
see
to
what
set up for... Oh, boy. That might mess up his setup here. Okay.
uh
Good Boonman 1 skip from Oddme.
okay, he's
Narrowly choked it there, but managed to salvage it. Picking up a lot of star bits here. Not sure what he's planning on using them for. He has a full bank. Or he has enough star bits to get Flash Black. Looks like Shadow's also opting to go for the no RNG strats. Oh no, missing the second coconut. That's not
Oof,
good.
okay. Probably messes up the cycles quite a bit more.
Oh, I don't really know what he's doing now. Might have to see him pull out some RNG stuff out of his Bahooty. Alright. So we're gonna have to... This third phase is gonna be the interesting one. Setting up the triple jump. It's really hard to know what exactly happens when you don't get it. He might have just been too far away. Or maybe his timing was just bad. There's really no way to know, which is why that strat is bad. Now Oddme's beginning the Upside Dizzy route. With Upside Dizzy, really what you're mostly going to expect is a bunch of minor mistakes adding up. You're usually not going to see anything in the way of, like, deaths or whatever. Really the big thing to keep in mind is messing up the box minigame for Upside Dizzy Secret.
That's mainly what it is.
Other than that, you shouldn't see anything too major out of either runner here. Ooh. That was a really weird Goomba bounce. He bounced on it super early in his jump. And that looked like it should have made it, though. I'm actually kind of surprised that it didn't. That pipe's hitbox is just super weird. Interesting way of getting to the common metal.
I mean, whatever works.
Not losing too much time. Fairly solid ending hallway there.
Yeah. Omni's ahead, but I got 2 stars still.
He's probably still somewhere about 3.5 minutes ahead. I had to make an educated guess.
One, two, three.
Ooh, he tried to long
Oh!
jump too late, so he just ground pounded off the platform. That's
Wow.
never a fun mistake to make. That looked like a pretty good angle too, so kind of unfortunate. On me opting to go off to the side there instead of aiming for the middle box directly. All right, second try boom and one skip from Shadow.
Very nice.
I don't see runners go to the left very often first. I usually see them go to the right, but maybe I don't watch enough people. An 8 on the clock. That's pretty close to optimal. 9, I think, is the best you can get. Oh no, Shadow! Please don't miss this. Okay, barely still getting the 1 cycle.
The lead
He's
is
now finished with
still...
Upside Dizzy.
Yeah, the lead is still around 2 stars, maybe 3. It was 3 for a little bit.
Yeah, Shadow is basically an entire Upside Dizzy 1 and Secret behind, which is really close to 4 minutes. So yeah, Shadow's on red alert here.
Yeah.
So Ami has to make sure to select boom in 1 here. Okay, we're good. I think that's the last time your pointer can actually... Oh wait, no, Melty Monster, but... I used to Melty Monster. If you accidentally select Melty Monster 1, it's not the end of the world. And you're not at risk of auto-selecting a bad star.
For Melty Monster Secret's sake?
Yeah, because the pipe in Melty Monster spawns in both 1 and 2. It's just closer to where you start in Melty Monster 2.
That's why it's better to choose it there.
Mm-hmm. So Ami's just mostly going to be spending his time waiting here. Alright. Shadow also getting a really weird Goomba bounce there. They both went pretty early. That's kind of the risk you have. You want that Goomba to be like a little past the halfway point in its descent. On me getting that jump to the star.
Nice.
So it looks like Oddme is on 2:28 World 5 pace. If he gets a good last 2 splits here, which would put him on about 3:08 pace. Of course, there's still like 45 minutes of the run left, so that's just my estimate for now. Right. So I guess big things that could be game changers. Really, anything in World 6 could be. Like,
Yeah.
Shadow's gonna have to...
World 6.
Like, at this point, Shadow is entirely relying on Oddme to be making a ton of big mistakes within the last 15 stars. Because if Oddme manages to keep it up, then there's pretty much no way Shadow can bring it back. Like, he could maybe get within a couple minutes at best. But
Maybe.
on me going out of his way to get the 2 additional rainbow stars doesn't really need to do that.
But
Not
you
sure how I
could.
feel about that.
You could.
Alright, Shadow's also choosing to do the column-based progression for Upside Dizzy Secret here. Not entirely sure what his rationale for that is.
I need to charge my PC real quick.
Co-commentator again ditching his commentator. Showing utter disrespect. Okay, time to pray for hand RNG on Odmi's side. And Shadow still has Boom Moon Secret and Shiverburn Comet before he can go to Boom Bunker. So yeah, it's
Okay, there we go. I got my PC
roughly
charging.
roughly a 3-minute 40-second deficit.
Something like that. Unless if World 6 goes really well for Shadow and really badly for Odme here.
Okay. That looks good. Yeah. That was very steady aiming from Odme. A little bit of slow execution with those boomerang bros, though. Did Shadow accidentally enter Boom Moon too? I just saw him exit level.
Probably.
Alright, Odmi's going for Cloud Skip. I actually don't think I've ever seen him do this strat before.
Come on, Odme.
Nails it.
Ooh, very nice.
Almost hit the mine, but it's just far enough to the left. Bowser Jr.'s prancing around like a happy little boy. Doesn't know that his life is about to end in about, let's say, a minute.
Yeah, something like that.
I'll be doing a very interesting triple jump setup to get this first hit. Can't say I've seen that before.
That's 2.
Okay. Shadow getting the long jump for Boom and
Nice.
Secret. Alright. This is the important hit for Boomsday. I mean, nailing it. You have to make sure you get that right away. If you spend even like a couple seconds too long, then Bowser Jr. beats you to the punch. And by the way, get your Fs in the chat ready for Bowser Jr. because now he's dead.
F.
So on me with a mid 228 World 5. That is about 308 pace, maybe 309 if things go a bit worse than average. We can still sub 310 even after everything that's happened so far. That's pretty cool. Shadow's probably looking more like a high 232 or low 233.
Something like that.
So we're coming up on the final stretch here, although not really. There are plenty of opportunities for Odme to make big mistakes, but he's going to need like 3 of them.
So, this last world, everything can change in this world.
I believe Shadow also goes for zigzag skip and for the ramp skips on Multi-Monster's Secret, whereas Oddme will not. So if that goes well for Shadow, that's can be up to about 15 seconds. It's obviously not enough to put him back in the lead, but it can be helpful.
Yeah, pretty close.
Like at this point, Oddme's going to have to really, really throw hard. I'm not going to say it can't happen, but it's unlikely. As this race has surprised me many times already. Okay, that's a rip tornado cycle for Oddme there.
Still got the live stream.
Doesn't quite know what he's doing. Doesn't seem to know what a controller is, or what a Mario is.
3, 2. Nice.
Okay. That's really far to the left. That should still make it onto the... No, that was really far to the left.
No.
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh,
Shadow
no.
Toying with the idea.
Oh,
He's
God.
definitely not happy. If there is one emotion to describe this man right now, it is not happy.
I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy. Ask me why.
Commentator pulling the Incredibles quotes might get the stream taken down for copyright.
Come on, man.
Doing a pretty bad imitation of the boss of Insuricare.
Please I tried. Alright, very nice multi-monster one from Oddme there.
Should probably consider not writing checks to every Harry Hardluck and Sally sob story that gives him a phone call.
231.58.
Anything down here? Alright.
29. Okay. Shadow also got Cloud Skip there. Very nice.
Yeah. So it looks like this deficit's going to definitely be like 5 minutes, which is not quite something you want.
Probably something like that, yeah.
When the only thing you have left in the run is World 6. The latter half of this run has just really been destroying Shadow in many different ways.
Yeah.
Like Oddme had a rough first half, but he's been really picking it back up.
Like Toog said, don't underestimate Oddme's consistency.
Yeah, that's what we're really seeing here. Shadow's definitely pulling out a lot more strats than Oddme is, but at the end of the day, what strats you do does not matter. Whoever is consistently faster is going to win. Oddme doing a risky spin jump before taking that ramp. Probably hasn't missed the launch star yet, as some people have. Commentator subtly making references to himself.
Lol.
Trying to make the race all about him.
So it looks like Shadow is out of World 5 at 233. So I think I'm not sure what the estimate is. Probably like a 314.
Yeah, 313. 313 if he gets like a 40-minute World 6. Okay, Oddme doesn't get fenced.
Oh. Okay.
And he gets the star within a reasonable amount of time. You always love to see it.
Estimates my head viper at tubes. Bruh. Alright, so up next we've got Multi-Monster's Secret, and there's ramp jumps that you can skip in this level. Like, if you go for all the ramp skips, it saves around like 15 or 20 seconds, but if you die, it's pretty costly.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Oddme go for them. I don't think he's took the time to grind them out like Claire has or Hardcore has. So we're probably going to see a pretty standard Melting Monster secret from Odme here. I think we're going to see Shadow go for a number of them, which will be pretty exciting to see. Okay. He was toying with us there. It looked like he was gonna go for it, but he didn't.
Okay. Only
He's
that
not doing.
first one. Only that.
He's
first one.
not doing any shakes after his jumps here. Probably doesn't realize that it saves 1 frame every single time you shake after you jump while you're rolling.
1 frame times like 8 or 9. That's like a 1/10 of a second right there. So I don't know if it's worth it. I mean, you could still do. Oh, oddly not going for the pins at the top.
Oh, it didn't need them though.
44.
Still had 2 pins in reserve.
5200. Nice. Gotta save them frames.
Let's see if Shadow can actually make the tornado cycle here.
1, 2.
Alright, looking good. Alright. That's some time save over on me, but he's gonna need a little bit more than that.
Quite a bit more. Alright, don't know what he's gonna do here, health-wise. Because there's no checkpoint on the sphere planets. So, if he dies here, it's pretty costly.
Alright.
Alright.
Okay. I was a little worried about Odme for a second. I wasn't sure if he completed all of Melty Monster or not, but he did. I just saw him go to Flash Black. I'm like, wait, did he forget something?
No.
We do the bottom route first now, instead of the top route, just because it allows cutscenes to overlap in a way that saves time. The thing I kind of don't like about this route change to World 6 is that it makes Slimy Spring less of a calm before the storm star.
I mean, you're kind of yeah. You're kind of
because like it normally in the older routes, Slimy Spring comes right before the slew of comets, and it comes after Clockwork Ruins and Throwback. But after Slimy Spring is done, you still have to do Clockwork Ruins and Throwback. So there's a lot more you have to do. And so Slimy Spring doesn't even let you calm your nerves that much because you don't have much to be nervous about at that point. At least relatively speaking. Commentator getting mad at Jada for coming up with a faster route.
Alright, going for blimp.
And Odme is just kind of flying with a Blimp Yoshi, who is very thick.
Thick Yoshi.
Let's see what kind of movement he does to the Common Metal here. We're probably going to see the Jacko Goomba bounce. And the Spirit of Halloween.
Okay, nice.
Very well executed section.
Very nice.
And now Shadow is going to be coming up on his zigzag skip attempt here. Very nice optimization right there. He actually goes off to the left there, so he doesn't have to do as much of a turn.
Also, Tukes is kind of right. Clockwork Ruin's secret, it's still a storm in itself.
I mean, yeah, it is, but at least the thing that really gets me with the Slimy Spring lay route is that you have more to do with this route after it's done. Like, because with the older route,
is going for zigzag skip, and he gets it quite
nice. Because like when you do
a minute over his PB.
Because like when you do Slimy Spring in the old route, you're just like, okay, I've done Clockwork Ruins, I've done Throwback, now I can just kind of relax for a little bit. But in this route, it's more just like, okay, I still have to do it. So there's more you have to do. All right, and this is the part where us commentators just kind of go to sleep, just kind of stop caring. It's time for Sleepy Spring. So instead, we'll just kind of focus on Shadow here. Because he's definitely going to be going for these ramp skips. I'm
Hey,
kind
he
of
makes
interested to
an
see how many.
he sees himself again in this game. I'm
All right, let's see how
predicting
many he's able to get
50,
here.
52 or 53,
All right,
maybe
first one goes
54.
well. Nice, got the second one. This is going really well so far. Okay, he kind of overshot that one. You can still salvage this, though. All right. Not quite all the time save he could have gotten, but still good. Definitely saving some amount of time over Odd Me. Probably. I don't know. So it seems like overall Shadow's netting time save over Odd Me from World 6, but like I said, the optimizations Shadow's going for, they're only saving upwards of like 10 seconds. So he's really not getting much out of it. All right, I don't know if Odd Me grabbed a coin at some point earlier in the level, but we'll see if he can get coinless Slimy Spring. I don't know if he's even going to go for it. Ooh, nice. He managed to get both of those rings. All right, and he's got it coinless. There's a nice second saved. Bring Captain Toad. He is close enough. He can do the squeeze backflip if he wanted.
The squeeze.
I imagine he's not going to do it. Oh, my goodness, Odd Me. With the style points.
Very nice.
All right, now we get to do the top route, which has a lot of fun levels. I know, brushed by Flash Black Comet there. Deciding he'll think about it later, just procrastinating as most high school and college students do. Making an analogy to school.
It do be like that
Nobody seems
sometimes.
to be, nobody really seems to be thinking it's funny. Shadow also getting a clean common metal grab. Unfortunately, ground pounded a little too early to get into the launch star there. So this is somewhat off to a shaky start for Oddby here. Managing to get 10 coins from. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Pulling out some risky maneuvers here. He'll have 2 coins he needs to get from this third gear here. We'll see how he chooses to get these 2 coins. Oh no. That's such an easy mistake to make, and it's so unfortunate.
Alright.
Just opening the window for Shadow to gain even more time back. Starting to close the window a little bit. We'll see what Admi chooses to go for here to skip this planet here. Alright, doing a backflip setup instead of a triple jump setup. Barely making it onto the platform. Insert obligatory SM64 joke here.
Yo.
Commentator, not even caring enough to come up with his own jokes.
Mario 64 in Galaxy 2? Pog? Also a B block comment.
So I don't think Admi has enough balls to go for Womp Clip. We'll see. I imagine Shadow might. I know Shadow's been messing with Womp Clip. It's not exactly the most intuitive thing in the world. That's something I noticed a lot of runners do. They just randomly move the camera during the fly-in cutscene for Throwback 1. I don't quite understand why they do that. There isn't really a purpose to it, I don't think. Alright, it's nice collecting, shooting to the wild blue there. Right, very clean climb there. Oh my! I don't know what he was thinking there. Alright, this is gonna provide Shadow with a bit of an opportunity to save some time. Let's see, can Shadow match on me here? Oh yeah, there we go. What a legend. Commentator jealous that he has never been able to match those insane squeeze backflips. Alright, yeah, that's much better. Not entirely sure what was going through Admi's head during that. He probably thought that was the setup for Womp Clip. Didn't, and by the time he realized it was... by the time he realized it wasn't, it was too late. I wonder if Shadow's gonna go for Nemi's coin out here. I don't know what this route is, or if this is even the route he's supposed to be doing. Wait, he's off to a somewhat decent start, it looks like. Okay. That was a bit terrifying to watch. Thankfully not losing too much time. Nice triple jump there to make it up onto that platform. And he's also going to need 2 coins from this final gear. Maybe let's see if he doesn't miss one this time. Oh wow, he was super early to get that one. So saving time on me here. Shadow seems to have been picking up a fair amount of time throughout all of World 6. Could be closing the gap even more. We'll just have to see how Throwback 1 goes for him. Right. Doing a more standard triple jump setup. Doing it without a spin. That is super ballsy. It's super easy to die if you miss that. Me firing starbits at the tree, kind of disrespecting it. Makes sense, considering you don't need the tree in this game, whereas you do in SM64. So perhaps firing shots at SM64. So in a matter of, like, 15 minutes, really, the difference has gone down from, like, 5 minutes to, I bet it's probably about 3 by now. It's hard to say for sure. Shadow has definitely netted time save in World 6 so far. And if he doesn't die here on Throwback 1, then it's going to be even more. We'll just have to see if he goes for a Womp Clip, though. Oh, messing up those angled wall kicks. That's never good, because you kind of need to rely... Oh, messing up again. You kind of need to rely on those to have the setup that they used for a Womp Clip. So at this point, I think he's just going to have to completely YOLO it, or not go for it. Okay, yeah, he's just not going to bother. Alright, meanwhile, Oddme is on one of the most stressful stars of the run, Gravity Gauntlet Comet. We'll see how this skip goes for him. He's probably going to do the standard version of the skip. Yeah. Has to make sure he times his direction switches just right here. Alright, let's see what that goes. Very nice. That was about this. That was pretty much the optimal landing there. So now Shadow has to compete with that. Oh. Okay, on me. Oh, would have been amazing if he grabbed the star with that fire bounce.
Don't die. Come on, Oddme. Alright, there we go.
Alright, so Shadow has made not all the time save he could have gotten, but getting a decent amount of it in Throwback 1.
Nice.
Starting to close the gap a little bit. Now it's probably still more in the ballpark of about 3.5 to 4 minutes, but he's definitely saved a lot of time on Oddme so far. And now Oddme gets a couple of breather stars before actually having to do another hard star, and then a couple more breather stars, and Galaxy Generator. This race is reaching its ending moments. Now Shadow's going to begin his Throwback 2 before he begins his Comet backtracking session. Missing 2 purple coins right at the start. 3 purple coins. Bit of a red flag for Oddme. 85 coins going for the cut. That is massive faith that he can still make this. 1 coin short. Luckily, there are coins right there.
Very nice.
Alright, lost a little bit of time there. Just another opportunity for Shadow to gain some.
Commentator solely plugging the fact that he runs both Galaxy 2 and Mario 64. So, is this some kind of meme that or SM64 store from latter Super Mario games? Nobody knows at this point.
Shadow with a bit of a sketchy throwback 2 ending, but making it work.
Very nice. It's all misinformation from the communities. Alright, so World 3 time.
I'm curious to see if Shadow chooses to go for the new grounding on the comet skip again, as he went for it the first time and failed it, but he might feel confident enough to give it another try. I'm not entirely sure though.
Probably.
If he got it, it could net him a little bit of extra time save. It obviously wouldn't be enough. As at this point, Shadow is kind of running out of opportunities.
Yeah, looks like the win might be going to Odd Me here.
It's pretty much banking on Odd Me soft blocking and Galaxy Generator to the Flutter. That would be like a 2-minute time loss. So if
Again,
that and
soft
one
block
other
there.
thing happened and Shadow doesn't make any more mistakes, then Shadow might actually have a good shot, but I don't know. The odds of that are kind of slim. Alright, Shadow went out of his way to grab that clock there, so I don't think he's going to go for Nemi's setup. Oh yeah, he's just going to go for the regular setup.
I mean, like, they
Understandable.
can read it, just not... Yeah, they can read it, just not word for word. You do got a point.
Alright, and lands it. So at the very least, not losing a huge amount of time to Odd Me there.
Nice.
And some interesting things
Okay,
in this
deep
Gravity
block.
section.
Deep block
Totally a
comment.
well-programmed game.
Here's where things can go a bit wrong, I think. Although I'm
Commentator
not
placing an
completely sure.
unusual emphasis on Beat Block Comet. Must have some sort of history with this star.
Oh yeah.
Commentator
Specifically,
doesn't blame him, considering his
probably the
PB also died
last
on this
section.
star.
Alright. Um. Oh dang, Odd Me skipping the checkpoint.
Yeah, that's a pretty big play. Oh my goodness, this movement. I got some pretty big plays here.
Waiting for a cycle.
Okay. Not perfect, but it'll do.
Very nice. Very nice.
And Shadow only 3 stars behind at this point, so kind of isn't much left to go on here.
Yeah.
I spin canceled long jump. Or long jump canceled spin, I guess, is the proper way to word that. Sitting in the booth for 3 hours. Commentator not sure how to form words anymore. Kind of running out of juice.
Alright, so...
Alright, 86 coins, still going for the cut. Also has a lot of faith, and is also going to be 1 coin short.
Fortunately, it's right there again, so... Okay, there we go.
Shadow not able to capitalize on this very minuscule time save. Somewhat of a shock.
Alright, bit of a bonk there, but that's fine.
Alright. On me was a little bit late for that cycle there, so had to kind of go outwards a little bit.
Shadow's still around 2 stars behind. So, he has both stars of World 3 left, so...
Yeah. He has definitely closed the gap, at least by a decent amount, since World 6 started.
Yeah,
Even if it
definitely.
ultimately doesn't pay off. Okay, and on me is at the funny number of stars, which means the only one he has left is Flash Black Comet. The star has taken many a runner by storm
Nice.
before. Nice. Trying to make a Michael Rawson impersonation, failing miserably. Oh, that was a close one from Shadow. He nearly slid off the crystal and into death.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Right. So Admi just has to kill 30 of these guys.
In a minute and 20 seconds.
And hopefully not die in the process. It is easy to get sniped here. These guys, pretty big fan of your typical Battle Royale games. Probably play a lot of Fortnite in their spare time. Try to have that sense of aim.
Super Mario Bros. 35. Alright. Now he gets Yoshi here, making the star much easier.
Yeah, unfortunately, just for a little bit. Only you could have Yoshi for the entire star. And Admi is still on 309 pace, so he can still get a sub 310 if he has a good Galaxy generator.
He'd
Alright.
need an 837 for that, which is quite lenient, actually.
Mm-hmm. You have to get. You can't really afford to miss the flutter. He could maybe afford one missed Bowser hit. Okay.
Yeah, probably
Shadow on
just
some
one.
odd cycles there, but managing to clutch it out.
Okay. Hardest skip
Alright,
in the game right here.
now it's time for Adami to pull off his own skip. What a legend.
Very nice.
And here we go, the final showdown. It's gonna be a whopping good time. One of the more fun final levels in Mario speedrunning, in my opinion. It's a very exciting one. Looks like Shadow is getting ready to do his World 6 cleanup again.
Very nice lava boost.
Yeah, burning Mario's boot tush a few times, but making it down, got to spare the Boomerang Bros, so all worth it in the end. Shadow missing that bomb cycle, had to jump over it. Still managed to be fast enough to make it past that platform before it rose out again. Alright, let's see how Admi's Cylinder Planet goes. Like he's going to be playing it relatively simple. Going for the recoil off the dry bones, though. Showing off some style points in addition to going fast. Very nice cylinder. Ooh, Bullet Bill taking off the cloud right as I say it. Still a very nice cylinder section from Admi. Doing a couple extra wall jumps to keep a cloud preserved might have just been worth it to just take the cloud. Alright, now it's time for the last flutter in the run. If Admi's Softfox here, that's gonna give Shadow a decent advantage here, but it's probably still wouldn't even be enough. Alright, first flutter down. We're probably not going to see Admi go for top shelf. He usually opts to go for the lower platform. Alright, an early dismount. That's definitely going to work. Alright. Oh, that's standing between. Oh, falling down the pole. Not sure how to feel about that one. Might be a little bit nervous. Now all that's standing between me and that big, fat, glorious W is just 4 bangs and a boom into Bowser. And then 3 more bangs and a boom. Actually, it's 4 and 4. Commentator forgetting how to count might not even actually run the game. Actually runs the game, but doesn't even remember how many hits Bowser takes.
So
Just pulling random numbers out of his arse. Right. Shadow's still roughly about 4.5 minutes behind. So I was able to close the gap a little bit, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Unless Oddme were to somehow die on Bowser.
So it looks like Shadow's going at the Galaxy Generator now. I think
Yep.
3:13 pace would be it.
Yeah, that's looking about right. Although we could see Shadow try to bring Yoshi into the Bowser fight again.
Which would be Pog.
Alright, first 2 hits for Odd Me have gone decently well so far. Alright, so Shadow can at least keep this race within about 5 minutes. Now, I don't quite understand. So, if Shadow loses, is he out of the tournament? Because isn't this just a tiebreaker match to determine seeding?
Probably. Not too sure though.
Because I know this was their like tiebreaker match. I assume that's just for group stage though. And I'd be taking out the big man.
And there we go. That's a 3:08, I think.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Commentator actually lied about the time, you know, trying to deceive the viewers, make Oddme sound like a worse player than he actually is. Really underestimating his skills, still managing to get a 3:08. Looks like my prediction after World 5 was right. That might even be a 3:07. All he has to do is just get the star. Oh no!
Wait.
Bowser's somehow alive.
What? What just happened? I don't know, dude.
Oddme did not manage to get the final boss skip, apparently. Commentator shaking his head in dismay. Can't believe Oddme failed to pull off the strat that doesn't actually exist. What a... Can he even call himself a gamer at this point?
Let's try and see if we can go for fast pounds.
Missing the first hit right away. A bit questionable. Getting the second hit barely, though.
Nice. And
fourth hit, orb. So that looks like a 3:09. Yeah, 3:09:35. Should be a 3:09:35. Shadow dismounting for the flutter might make top shelf. Barely missing top shelf.
Okay. Still made
So
it.
good flutter.
Gladly.
Still on pace for about a 3:13.
Something like that.
Oddme has now finished on the racetime.gg room. Commentator has a bit too much of a delay here. Has the winner been marked yet?
132. I think it's a 35. Nice.
All right. Oddme has now been marked as done, and GG's to Oddme, managing to pull off a sub 310 even after all of that.
Yo, wait, are you
And we
sure?
have been joined by Oddme for an interview.
Yo,
Uh,
Oddly, GG's on the race.
I can't believe I won that shit, dude. That was the dumbest race ever. God, I was so pissed during World 3, man. I can't believe I
Yeah,
made that comeback.
you two were trading blows back and forth for like the entirety of Worlds 1 through 3, really. Then Shadow just got absolutely destroyed in World 4, and you just capitalized on it.
I was not happy. Like, you could tell because I went into the home menu like 3 times in the same star, but ugh,
Oh
I
god.
Hey, Shadow did the same thing during Boom Bunker.
oh
But
man,
it was a pretty close race throughout the entire first half.
that
Like
was
there were
so
periods of
scary.
times.
Like, Worlds 1 and 2 were actually really close.
hmm And you guys were still like 3 seconds. Like you had a lead of like 40 seconds or something after World 2, and by the end of World 3, I think you were behind by a minute and a half, and then you pulled it back just because Shadow just got absolutely obliterated. Oh,
Yeah,
missing that
special
hit.
block
God.
flutter. I can't believe I missed the block twice. I usually never do that.
Hey, that's the hard flutter. People think the third
That's the
flutter is the hard
part.
one. It's the second one. All right, I think this
And
is
then
Shadow's third hit.
also,
Okay.
I'm just gonna have to thank consistency for what happened after that because I didn't really mess up anything aside from turning my brain off in Throwback 1 because my muscle memory was with the boss fight. So I tried to crawl under the dude's legs and I just died.
Yeah, I was wondering
Yeah.
about that. But hey,
Yeah,
you still pulled
I
out the win. Still got
golded
the.
Gravity Gauntlet Comet, Haunty Halls Comet, Beat Block Comet, and Flash Black Comet all at the end. So
You golded them? Yo, very nice.
Yeah, and still sub 310. Still a respectable time for a race.
why is the entire chat comparing me to Value? We run entirely different games.
You used to both. I mean, you're the current 602 record holder, and Value is the former 602 record holder, so makes sense.
True.
All right, so Shadow just has his final fight left. He's probably got about a minute and a half left. I don't know if he's still on 313 pace or not. He might still barely be.
Yeah.
I
BP
do,
says
I do find it pretty funny that me and Shadow have very opposite opinions on World 4 and how difficult it is in any percent. And I think
Oh,
that
whoa.
bit him in the butt this race.
wait, what do you think of World 4? In any
Because I
percent
think
at
it's
least.
really hard, and he thinks it's like free. So I just found it really funny how it turned out.
All right, he's still getting a 313.
Yeah, still at 313. GG Shadow.
Yeah. We'll see if we can
Yeah,
get
I
him in
think
here
World
as well.
I'm more 50-50 on this one. I think it's like decently hard, especially the backtrack.
Yeah. So me and Shadow are both in the final bracket. He's just the second seed, and I'm the first for our group. We're both gonna
Okay.
be in winners, or not winners. It's single elimination, but
Okay. Okay, guys, I was wondering how that worked. I know this is just I know I heard this was just a tiebreaker match, but I didn't know if it was just for like setting seating or not.
yeah, it was. And
Yeah,
then they're
well,
gonna do that for losers as well. The losers bracket for our group.
Oh, there's gonna be a losers bracket?
For
yeah,
all the groups, there's a losers bracket.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
my audio just went off.
And Shadow with it.
54. Nice.
And we have Shadow in here.
Yo, Shadow.
I went into World 4 like ahead by like 3 minutes or something. And then I'm like, okay, cool. I brought out 2P and Chomp Works 1, which was the worst mistake I've ever made. And then
Now, World 4 did you hard. That was rough.
Yeah,
It
what
sounds
happened in
fun.
Football
World
Comet.
4?
Football Comet was the worst thing that's ever happened to me in this game, I think.
For a
Yeah,
second,
I
thought
actually wasn't even
Oddly
watching
was.
when that happened. So when I saw you had 0
So-
HP, I was just like, wait, what?
what happened was I went for the in the first run I missed behind the spin and ended up hitting the use blocks. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna screw up the cycles. So I decided to try and back it up by kind of going for the advanced one. But because the cycles were all messed up, I ended up getting hit by the fuzzy 3 times in the bottom right box. So that was fun.
Yeah, and then
Damn.
behind the castle really messed you up.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I actually know I do. I have an audio cue for when I hold the right angles, but because I screwed up at the start of the level, it kind of messed everything up.
Yeah, but overall, pretty solid race. It was a lot. It was a lot of fun to watch.
I almost pulled it back in World 6. World 6 was really good. If he made a single mistake that was really bad, I could have potentially brought it back.
Hmm.
I think that was my best ever World 6.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. Aside from, I don't remember I don't remember if anything significant happened.
Galaxy Generator was kind of a blur in the end.
Yeah.
But that was about it.
Oh, pretty good race. GG's to both of you, and good luck in bracket.
Yeah, GG's. Shadow.
I'll be in Shadow.
I think that was a disaster for both of us.
Yeah.
I don't think either of us won this race.
I haven't gone a single race in this tournament without dying in Yoshi Star.
See, okay, I actually did go for the flutter, but I think I missed the fruit because Yoshi fluttered before he actually hit the fruit, so when I bounced off it, my flutter got canceled, so I couldn't do it. So I just went the normal way.
So you just
Smart move.
Yeah, I decided to go for it even after missing the berry, and it didn't really work out.
Maybe I'll start going for it in bracket, though, because those races will start to get a lot harder.
Oh, yeah. But then
Yeah.
again, I think according to the website, the seating isn't in there yet because
Yeah, we can't even report the score for this on challenge. I don't know why.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. GG's again, Shadow.
Yeah.
All right. GG's.
See you,
And
Augie.
thanks
GG's,
everyone for
Shadow.
watching. I hope you enjoyed this race.
All right, these are the commentators, and these are the runners. So I'll
And
list them out in chat.
all right, and have a good day, everybody.
I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.
Peace out.